Cousins, I'm ready tonight. I come ready tonight. I got my ice pack on my head, my frozen veggies on my forehead, girl. I got me some drinks, DRANKS, okay? I got some water to cool me down, honey, and I got my ice cream, honey, because I am ready to sound off about the dusties. Let me tell y'all about dusties, okay, ladies? You cannot give these dusties no place in your life. What the Bible say, don't you give the devil no place in your life, honey. Girl, let me tell you, I'm on fire, girl. I'm telling you. So you know what I decided to do? Y'all know NaNoWriMo begins on November 1st. I said, you know what? I'm just going to open up the windows of heaven, the church door, and let the cousins sound off about the dusties, okay? Because I see y'all complaining in the comment section, just like I'll complain. The nerve of the dusty, honey. So the doors are open, honey. Everybody, make sure I know you. If I don't know you, please don't be coming up on my live, okay? Hey y'all, happy Friday. It's officially October's almost finished. October is almost finished. November's coming, Thanksgiving month. I want to thank you for your love and support for my birthday wishes. If you haven't blessed me for my birthday, you still have 2 days to go. Thank you. Thank you for those love on my books. I hope by now everybody got their free books, with the exception of the one person that emailed me this week that she did not get her book. Everybody else, I think I've mailed books out. If you didn't, this is it. This is it. I'm closing the doors, okay? Thanksgiving is coming. Moments of gratitude. If you don't have moments of gratitude, okay? We saw the cast of Married at First Sight writing in their journal. This is a journal for you to get. And the interesting thing about this is it goes through the book of Psalms. So each chapter has a praise scripture on it. The naked wife. This one Myrla is going to be if she stayed with the dusty, honey. In Christ I am, baby. If you don't know who you are, sweetie, you better get this book and read it so you don't have to stay with the dusty. And please don't give boyfriends, husband benefits. And honey, baby child, please stop being 10 years a girlfriend. And take the cookies off the table, and just know and understand that a husband is a choice, and the husband you choose will determine the rest of your life. And you better try me not, you dusty you. Happy Friday, y'all. I love you. I miss you. Let's get a few of you all up here. Come on, y'all. Sound off, because I just want to make sure I'm not the only one feeling hot and boiling. Okay, so this is the shout out to Auntie. Shout out to Auntie's advice. Auntie and I didn't get together. It's busy season for both of us, and I didn't watch her review yet, but I will, because I want to know what Auntie's got to say about the dusty, honey. Okay, I want to know. Make sure I know you. If I don't know you, please do not come up on my live. Okay, there you go. Let me share this. I get a few more people in the room. Anybody want to come up? Come on, sound off on the dusty. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, I am wearing my pink scarf. It is October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Of course, it's not only breast cancer, but we want to remember that the brothers also need to get their get themselves checked. I have a coworker. He said he has is it prostate cancer in his family, really bad, and so he has to go get checked every 6 months. Can you imagine? Every 6 months? Y'all know how the men get checked, right? Y'all think it's bad for us women, but the men have to, you know. You say, man, I be talking to the doctor for about an hour, and then he was like, come on, bro, you know what we have to do. Okay, so let's just remember, encourage, do not assume people are going. Strike up a conversation, ask them to go with you. Can I go with you? Okay, thank you. Alyssa, thank you, babes. Hello, oh, Ginger. Is that a Ginger in the house? Hey, Ginger. Where is my Ginger t-shirts? I have Ginger t-shirts, I'm sure. Hey, D, Litchy. Hey, girl. I'm here. Can't wait to hear the truth. Girl, I'm telling you, I just want to know, make sure I'm not the only one that is just boiling from the dusty. The dust. I just cannot. Sound off. Yes, honey. Anybody want to come up? Come on up. You know, I'm only going to stay up here for an hour, okay? Oh, excuse me. There's the link. Come on up. Hey, Dana. Wait a minute. I missed a couple of people. D. Hey, Lillian. Hello, my darling. Thank you, Felicia. Hey, Felicia. Dana. That's the link if you want to come up. Auntie gave us a good rant. I'm gonna listen to Auntie probably tomorrow. I have some running around to do, so I'll listen to Aunties tomorrow. Nicole, come on up here, girl. Come on up, girl. Come on up. Tell us what you said about your daddy, honey. Wouldn't allow you to marry no Dusty. Shanny Janice is the cousin from Facebook. Hey, cousin from the Facebook. The cousins in the Facebook groups are starting to recognize me. I try not to say too much, but the dust bunnies be getting on my nerves so much, girl. I have to speak up. Hey, Shanny, thank you for coming, babes. Sandra, come on up, Sandra. There's a link. Come on up, talk to us about the Dusty, honey. When they said the Dusty made 36 yearly with overtime, I kept saying his contract side was in the low 30s at best. Cousin Auntie's analysis will have you screaming with laughter. Yeah, it's 28. Hold on. Yes, babes. Okay. It's $28,038 with overtime. Girl, I gotta go over see what Auntie was saying. Myrla can do a whole lot, and let's for all the sensitive people, a Dusty has absolutely nothing to do with a man's income. I know men who make $100,000 a year and they are a Dusty. I wouldn't even date them. Okay, so it's not about your income. It's about your mentality and mindset. And Gil's mentality and mindset wanted to run Myrla's life. He didn't work to get it, don't have the capacity to get it, but now he want to take control. Dusty. The John, see, I can't afford to get violated voluntarily. Violated. Oh, John. Hey, John, I'm assuming you're brother, but if you know what you got to do, bro. If that stuff running your family, you got to go. You got to go get it checked out, okay? So we're going to encourage the John, ladies. I'm assuming the John is a brother. We're going to encourage you, especially if you're over 40, but especially if that stuff running your family, you got to go. Get checked, okay? It's not violated. I can't afford to get violated voluntarily. You know what? They need to come up with a better way. Seriously, they really do. I mean, with all this technology and all this stuff, they have not figured out a better way. Why can't they just do blood tests or something? Anna girl, hey, good evening, everyone. Finally made your life. Thank you, babes. Thank you. Let me do the link again. Come on up, anybody. Link come on up. I'm dropping the link again. Anybody want to come up? We're also going to do grow your channel. Okay, Kimberly's the next one. We're helping Kimberly to grow her channel. Dolores, I was seeing a guy with Gil style and he kept wanting me to dumb down things I like too. Bro, you can't afford. No, man. Absolutely not. Well, Auntie was spot on. I gotta watch Auntie's Made tomorrow. I have some early running around to do. This tastes. What kind of things is this Michael Boy? I mean, it just doesn't taste right. Don't have no kick to it. If Gil makes 140 and Myrla made 200, would it be an issue? Probably not, because the income is similar. Val, the income is similar, but it goes back to mindset. There's two things that's wrong with Gil. Number one, he's a Dusty, has to do with his mindset. And number two, their income and their lifestyle is not similar. Huge problem, not gonna work out. Okay, but again, being a Dusty is not about income. It's about mentality. Where is my lotion? Okay, it's not about income. It's about mentality. Okay. I cannot find my lotion, girl. I'll run upstairs to get my lotion. Oh, you know what? It's in the living room because I was taping yesterday. Where are y'all getting those figures? Shaking my eye, thought he'd be Jesse make as much as a teacher, 40 50. The chocolate, that's why you come over here, honey, because we have all the data over here. Myrla makes 200, Jose makes 94, Rachel makes 40. Okay, we have the information over here, baby. That's why we're bloggers. We do the research. DW had Gil is jealous of Myrla's income. Absolutely. Miracle. Hello, GS. Miracle, did you get the audio of 10 Years a Girlfriend? Let me know. Shady, Gil has a poverty mentality. That's it. Poverty mentality. Come on, those of us that's 40 years old, 50 years old, our families, our dads raised us up on $40,000 a year. I remember thinking my daddy was making so much money, girl, but now that I'm older, I'm looking over paperwork, I'm like, he wasn't making no money. You know what I mean? So it's not about income. Gil has a poverty mentality and wants to control her monthly while he does nothing to level up the nerve. That's it. Not one time as the Dust Bunnies or Justicia said he needs to increase his income. Didn't. Oh, by the way, you could come up and just use your voice. You don't have to use your face. Okay, see how my face is on? No, you could actually just use your voice just like this. You see that? So don't be afraid to come up. You could just use your voice. Okay, you have an option of using your voice, or if you want to be on the camera, you can be that. Okay, give you the option. Didn't Zach tell him he needs to find another job when he was unfiltered in his Gucci sneakers and his tight jeans busted wide open because he was too cheap to go buy a new one? And then last night I heard on Our Filter, I heard Ryan was defending Myrla. So I'm gonna watch it. Hey Mira, there's the link. Who wants to come up? Just use your voice if you don't want to use your face. Anybody, come up. Alyssa, Val, only if he has the same mindset. He won't 140 until 25 years. Yeah. By the time he's making good money at the fire department, it's retirement. He's 40. He's almost 40. Hey, Terry. Alexis, this last episode was painful to watch. Girl, yes. When he said, I'm not going to enable her shopping, girl, I was like, I said, no, get the ice pack. Get the ice pack. Get the ice pack. I just could not believe he said, I'm not going to enable her shop. When I tell you, I could not believe he said that. Oh, I was boiling. Gil the type that will talk her into going back to teaching elementary so she'll make less. Yes. Thank you, Alyssa. Come on up, Alyssa. Come on up. Yes. Gil is that type. You don't need to be no partner. You need to go back to forget elementary. Go to preschool. Go teach preschool. Clara. We talking about Gil and Myrla, boo-boo. Say it again. He wants 8 kids. Who's going to pay for them? Who is going to pay? Did I tell you about the thing I saw on Facebook? Girl, I got it right here. The man, I'm going to do a video on it. Man say his wife went back to work after 4 days. I could not believe it. How you gonna afford 8 kids? How? Me and my husband make good money. And you know what we said? Our budget can only afford 1 more baby. 1 more. That's giving them good education, private school. I'm not like a name brand. Y'all know my favorite stores: Burlington, Marshalls, and Target. Whatever I find there, I buy it. Those are my stores, and y'all know those are not expensive stores. Okay. Send them to good schools, pay for their college education, and we can only budget in 1 more baby. Brenda, hey Brenda. Yes, Miss Janice, how dare this Dusty try to check Myrla on spending her check. You see how quick he said loser of the volleyball game buy drinks. Can't even pick up the drinks to ditch. Oh my God, he's a Dusty. Chocolate, right. Same tax bracket. Exactly. But he could make 140 and still be a Dusty. This is what I want the emotional, the Dusticious, the Dust Bunnies to understand. A Dusty is not about their income, because you could have multimillionaires who are Dusties. It's about mentality and mindset. It's not about your income. Okay, the average income in the United States for a black man is how much? 44,000? Help me out, Alyssa. Is it 44,000? And 52 for a white man. So in other words, $40,000 is the mode medium meat or whatever. That's the average income in the United States is 40. It's not about income. I think most people, I don't know the numbers, but most people are making $40,000 to $50,000. So it's not about your income. Stop confusing the duster with the scrub. Thank you. Come on, Alyssa. Tell him. Then, in my opinion, Gil is stressing out because he don't make near as much as Myrla makes. That's why he feels the need to belittle her to make his own self look good. Yes, thank you. I just don't understand why fans have not been seeing this. Why have they been ignoring everything he has said? And I had to delete a lot of pictures because I'm doing the Bachelorette also. Why the Dusty who don't care about money wants her to stop shopping? Make it make sense to me. Must be nice. Yes, it's nice. It's very nice. It's very nice to be able to go buy what you want with no worries about you're not gonna pay your mortgage. You mincing pennies. It's no problem. I bought my little boy a little fall jacket. He didn't like it. I said, fine. I'll go in and buy him another one. I don't like that one. I think you should give it to the little boy who don't have any clothes. It's nothing for us to just go buy what we need. So yes, Dusty, it's nice. It's very nice to be in a place where you can live a comfortable life. Now, y'all know, ladies, if you've been with me any amount of time, I teach women about be comfortable. Don't be, if you don't have Myrla money, don't be trying to live Myrla's lifestyle. Okay, you shouldn't be buying $1,000 shoes and you're living in the hood and your kids go to bad schools. You should not be buying $13,000 pocketbook. You live in the hood and your kids go to bad school when you can save that $13,000, move to a better neighborhood like Jose parents did, and send your kids to better school. But if you have Myrla's money and you're by yourself, girl, and you're doing everything you're supposed to do, you have your investments, your retirement, and your savings, go ahead, girl. Anybody want to come up? Anybody want to come up? Here's the link. Why he wants her to save the money so they could buy a house, and the Dusty can't even afford to put half of his 20%. Where's the calculator? Let's say they want to buy a $500,000 house, right? Let's say that. Because we're looking for houses here in Jersey, and that's about the price range we're thinking it's going to fall for us. Tell me the numbers in Texas. But let's say they want to buy a $500,000 house, right? 500,000 times 20%. That is $100,000. The Dusty don't even make 50 a year. So 20%. Is that right, Alyssa? Is $100,000. And do you want to get there 6-year threes? And she said, the way I save, it won't take that long. But my question is, Gil, How long is it going to take you to save your 50%? Oh, you want her to pay the whole $100,000. Get your dusty at. Miss Price. So who's dusty now? No lotion. Ah ha ha. Just kisses Janice. Ah ha ha. Rachel makes 40. Yeah, she's a teacher. They don't make much money. Teachers should be paying more. Now, I believe teachers, firefighters, and military people, and those other people that a lot of people don't like should be paid a whole lot more. I just believe they're not being paid what they're supposed to be paid. Hey to Sylvia, give me a minute. Let me run through these comments. Literally, yes, he said he wants 8 kids on the honeymoon. Dummy. I am still stuck out the fact that he only makes 40 at his age, and with all his side hustle, he could make so much being a. Thank you. And he just became a firefighter. Kimberly, he just became a firefighter at almost 40. At almost 40, beloved, you're supposed to be halfway to your requirement. Shani, give me a minute. StreamYard comment. Pin the StreamYard comment. You know, girl, this thing be over here be giving me a hard time to pin this stuff. Okay, let me pull the same. So come on up. DeSylvia, you need to connect. Oh, excuse me. You will need to connect your mic cam before you add them to the stream. So you have to connect something. Shani, hello. Go ahead, Shani.
Oh, hello?
Hello, my dear. Can you hear us? Shani, hello. Brenda, hey.
Hey.
Okay, somebody got a lot of back noise. Was your window down? Driving a car? Who's talking? Brenda, can you hear me? Shani, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay. Okay, Shani, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, I forgot where we left off try to get on StreamYard. But yeah, Gil, oh gosh. I'm not seeing where the love for Gil is coming from, trying to trying to control this poor girl's money. Mm-hmm. I almost feel like he's almost as controlling as Jose, to be honest.
Absolutely.
Very low key, on the low key though, but no one really sees it or no one ever calls him out for it.
Mm-hmm.
And have the nerve to want 8 kids on what was it, $30,000? Okay.
No, on MYRLA'S money.
For shame.
Yes, Gil. D says, yeah, Ryan told Galisha to get another job. Exactly. And let's just use that's we only know what they're telling us. That's what he just became a firefighter. 153 people in the room. Do I need to check those thumbs up? Share this out if you can. Who else want to go? Brenda, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am. Go ahead.
Okay. Now, I had seen today when I was just looking through other stuff, I'd seen on another YouTuber, I guess she had went back and found some video footage of Gil. And, he was, I guess, on a news channel. He was like one news channel is kind of like fitness guru, and it wasn't in the United States. It was, he had to speak Spanish and stuff. Mm-hmm. But and he was on there several times, and I'm like, well, he's done several things, but yet he still has no money. He's starting a new career as a firefighter. He can't know how to manage money, very poorly. And you know that he don't have no money stashed away in Colombia. That's non-existent. So,
right.
He has to do nothing but browbeat her and put her down to, make himself come up and feel better because he can't match her. And,
mm-hmm.
So that's honestly, that's what it is. I've dealt with that before.
Mm-hmm.
But, it's a sad thing because a lot of women, just in these days, a lot of women make more money than the men make. we're just in those times where a lot of women do make more than the men. So it's just, I don't know.
And not a lot of men can handle that. Not a lot of men can handle. You're right. There's a lot of women, especially in the people of color community, where our women are more educated, going to school and being entrepreneurs and getting and doing the thing. And so now a lot of women are earning more, but not a lot of men can handle that. And I'm going to be doing another video on that tomorrow, because I feel like a lot of men want to be respected and be the head because you have a dingaling. And I'm sorry, you can't be the head and want all this respect and just because you have a dingaling, but you are not operating in the role you need to operate to be the head. If I'm paying 50-50, I'm half the head.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Who else? The Sylvia, are you up? Can you hear us?
Hey Janice, can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Okay, somebody
Okay.
fell off.
Hey guys, hey everyone. I just wanted to say that I totally agree with you ladies in reference to Gil. And I saw it right away that he wanted all these things from Myrla, but he hasn't even picked a career and stuck to it. So he's starting off late. It's almost like he's a late bloomer in a sense. And she has worked hard for the position that she's in, and now he wants her to take a back seat to him just because he has a penis and balls, and she's just supposed to bow down and fall in line, which makes absolutely no sense to me, especially when she's saving more than him and he wants her to stop living the way she's accustomed to living, to save even more so that they can get a house sooner. Like, that makes no sense.
Absolutely. And I think what Myrla is saying, I have the picture, I have a screenshot. Don't be messing with me in my screenshots. I have the screenshot.
Yeah.
She said right here, I already saved. So even if Myrla stopped, let's say she spends, let's say $10,000 a year on herself. Even if she spends $10,000 a year, she can still save what she needs to save. The Dusty don't want her to spend any money on herself. None.
Yeah.
Like who? I mean, I remember living with my dad, and my dad would give me money every month because you need things. You need sanitary napkins. You need new underwears. You need new bras. Ladies, I hope y'all know every so many months you need to throw out your old underwears and get new ones. Because especially those of us that live in the north that, we don't have a lot of sunlight. You need stuff. You need a pair of shoes. Winter is coming. I just went and bought my whole family boots and coats. You need stuff. Even if you're not buying $1,000 pair of shoes, you still need stuff to maintain your lifestyle. You still need to go get your hair done, your nails done, a massage. This Dusty don't want her to do anything.
No, he's dusty, and his friends are dusty too, and they all agree with him because they all have issues.
Right, Dusties will always support Dusties. Dusties will always support any man that's supporting Gil is a Dusty.
Happens with the people in the Black community, and it's accepted that the men don't try to go to school, don't try to achieve, and achieve at a higher level, and then they expect for the women to just bow down and fall in line, and the women are earning more money, but that makes them feel insecure. So
exactly,
me personally, I just feel like the men have an opportunity to go to school as well. They can do the same thing the women are doing, and they can get better jobs. And then if they want to be head of the household, then be head of the household.
Right.
If that's what the woman agrees to. But I'm not going to let you lead me anywhere when you can't even lead yourself into a better career.
Come on, preacher. Come on now. That's what I'm saying.
I
agree. My head and you can't even pay my mortgage.
No, but that's because you got to remember, he took her back to his background where he came from. He really didn't come from much. And he never ever achieved much.
Yeah.
So why would he be on the same level as a high achieving woman when he can't relate? It's pretty obvious he's never dated a high income woman before. That's why he's so against everything that she's for.
Yeah.
It's obvious. It's like, this is a guy, just like there are some women that date low class men. There are some men that date low quality women. Why are we surprised? I'm not surprised by it.
I'm not
He's
surprised.
obviously a guy that's not ready to date a Michelle Obama.
Yeah.
Come on now.
But let me ask you ladies something. I felt like in each one of these new seasons, it always feels like to me that the women are mashed up with men, and so that the men can benefit more so than the women.
Thank
And
you.
I don't understand this. I don't understand at all, because you match up these women who are high achievers that want to get married, want to have families, but then you match them up with men who, to me, the men in this season are emotionally unavailable. They seem to need to have therapists, and they be laying on somebody's couch. They need help. They don't know what they want. One minute they want to be married, next minute they don't want to be married. And it just seems like to me that the women are being set up. That's what I feel like.
Absolutely. I mean, you can think of seasons back. It's the same thing.
Well, you got to remember this season is their lowest ranked season. By the way.
I mean, it's the worst season ever.
Last season had higher ratings. This season is in the toilet. And Married at First Sight got a problem now, because they got a Me Too movement going against them with Johnny. And let me tell you, these Me Too movements, you don't want to mess with those kind of groups too much. Those people loaded with protests and all this thing against, because they feel that Bao is being abused by Johnny, the way he speaks to her. Not realizing that that's their culture. If you ever go in the Asian culture, the Asian men talk that way to the women all the time. That is a part of Western culture. Those women are taught to be submissive to their husband at all costs. That's why they don't divorce their husbands. And their husbands could be beating them, but they'll stay in it. They won't leave. So that's why you see Bao kind of retaliate the way she does. She's the most outspoken Asian woman I've ever seen. Because a lot of Asian women, they are taught, if you go to Japan and any Asian country, those women cannot back talk to their husband.
Hold up. Wait a minute, Clara. Hold up, sister. Hold on. Wait a minute. There is 205 people in the room, and I only have 69 thumbs up.
Somebody ain't clicking.
Hold the mic, preacher. Hold the mic. Anyways, Clara, so how you doing, girl? You ready for all this snow? They said we was gonna get in New Jersey.
I know, but you know what? I like the snow when it first comes down. It's so pretty.
Let me watch the thumbs up. Okay, we up to 84. Okay.
Yeah, the people are not clicking. You got to learn to tell people that at the beginning. Auntie tells people right at the beginning. You got to click the like button.
89 people, 205 people, 89 thumbs up. Come on, y'all. Come on.
You got to help the channel. Click the like button. You shouldn't tell me that. I'll be saying that every time you get on.
For this good conversation, that's the least we can do, right?
It's good conversation, because what Texas to me have shown is it's showing you all the variety of men that are out there. And you're seeing now that there are men that are literally not ready to be in relationships.
Absolutely.
This season, all the women asked each guy what was their longest relationship. I remember Gil saying his was 6 months.
Yeah,
that's said awful. His, I think, was a couple of months also. Johnny ain't stayed in nothing long enough to see if it works or don't work.
One date, is that what he does? One date?
Because you got to remember, there are some men, folks, that are very good at the initiating part. They can wine, they can dine you, they can take you out, they can spend money on you. But when it goes to the next step, they fall off a cliff.
Absolutely.
Because they don't know how to maintain a long-term relationship. They don't know how to deal with the peaks and the valleys. You see it with Zach. Zach is pinned with Michaela. Yes, he triggers Michaela and make her act crazy. But at the end of the day, he can't handle a woman that is conflict to what
Zach is not ready. Zach is going to be ready about 40.
And he might not be ready at 40, child.
He needs extensive counseling.
Yes, you got to remember, he's still on the breast. Remember, he's a mama's boy.
Where his family went wrong.
That.
Wait a minute. Let's look at what Ayala says. This is powerful. She said, I always would listen to him. And then he said, but what got to me was when he said Myrla should never, he don't want her to forget where she came from as if he's her daddy. Do y'all remember that?
You know, yeah.
But
I
she
was
hasn't.
saying that. This is the thing. She hasn't forgotten where she came from. A lot of people and myself, you know, my family came from humble beginnings. It's not that you forget where you come from. I don't need to always be, you know, act like I'm down in the dumps or we don't have. If I have, that's what I've strived for, to do better.
Mhm.
So why wouldn't I show the things that I worked hard for? I don't understand him saying that, other than the fact that I think that he has a problem that she's a high achiever and she knows what she wants and she wants to pamper herself and take care of herself. He
Mhm.
don't want her to do that. Anytime you say you want a woman to have 10 children, you know you cannot afford 10 children.
You
And
can't
to
even
me, what
afford
that says,
one.
what, you can't afford one. So what that says
I
to
don't
me
want.
is you want me to struggle. You want me to struggle. You want me to be miserable. You want your children to be miserable. When he told me that, if I was Myrla, I would have said, you know what, I'm done. Like, this is crazy.
Look at Myrla for all the dust bunnies that's in my comments talking about Myrla don't got no house. This is Myrla signing for her first house. Effers. She owns a home. She owns a home in, I forgot what city. She's only here in Houston for work.
Even if she didn't have a house, she still makes
Exactly.
a lot more than
It's
he
just
does.
his mindset.
It
His
doesn't
It's
mindset
his
matter.
is not
mindset.
where hers is.
Yeah, that mindset is the killer, and he doesn't even want to try to do better. That's the
No.
killer
Well,
for me.
because he's not used of dating high achieving women. That's
Mhm.
Well,
why.
I mean, I'm gonna say that's an excuse for him because I'm gonna say for my husband, he came from way more humble beginnings than I. I think he thought I was he did think I was very, very bougie, which I was, but because he actually wanted me, he actually strived to do better. He's always
Exactly.
striving and always trying to make more because he doesn't want to go back to where he came from. The
Come
dirt
on.
road, multiple people living sharing the same room in like a 2-bedroom house. He's the oldest of 6 kids, and they really didn't have it. I don't understand Gil at all. It makes me feel like he doesn't want her. If he wanted her, he strived to provide for her. He's not even trying. He doesn't want to.
He wants her. He wants to use her. That's what he wants.
The user, that's it.
Use
But
her
actually
to
to
get what
want
he
her,
wants. Yeah, to get what he's wants. Gil is a
Well,
dusty,
that's why I
and that's what
always
it
tell
is.
people to look at the story of
Auntie.
Obama
Hey, Auntie.
and Michelle. Oh, good. Auntie's on
Hey,
here.
Auntie, what you doing?
Auntie.
You want to come up? I know it's busy season for both of us, but I had to come on here and let the cousins sound off. And everybody's telling me your rant was excellent. I didn't get to watch it. I don't know if Auntie's still on because I know she popped in and out.
Auntie was giving us life last
Honey,
night.
I'm gonna watch. I'm gonna listen to Auntie in the morning on my way. Got some running around to do.
I like
early in the
what
morning.
Auntie said about Brett and Ryan. She's bang on with them.
Alyssa, if Auntie want to come up, because I'm all the way up here. I'm at 619 in the comments, and you'll see 636. Alyssa, you know how to message me, okay? So I could drop the link again. Yes, honey. Go ahead. What Auntie said?
No, I was saying that people should always look at Michelle Obama and President Obama.
Mm-hmm.
President Obama got mentored by Michelle.
Mm-hmm.
Michelle was up in the law firm.
Right.
He was coming into the law firm.
Mm-hmm.
She mentored him. That's how they start dating.
Mm-hmm.
So you got to want to achieve better. Maybe
Right.
Gil don't want to achieve better.
Mm-hmm.
That's why he talks the way he talks. Because there are going to be times where you're going to be with someone that you make more money than them.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but they gotta be on the same level with you mentally. They gotta want the same things you want.
That's right.
Or be incongruent with the things you want.
Mm-hmm.
Gil is not with Myrla, and that's where the problem is.
And then did you guys see what's coming up next when he said, oh my God, I have the screenshot. Girl, that's why I had to sit with my bag of veggies. Okay, guys. When he said people that's not where you at, I was like, Lord,
He's got nervous.
I need to hook myself up to one of those machines. You know, when they hook up yourself to the machine and then somebody come in the room and your heart start pumping.
Yeah.
I just have to. Girl, I just Alyssa, I don't know if Alyssa, let me drop the link just in case Auntie want to come up. I know Auntie come in and out. I know she's busy. And it's a lot of us up here. But I'm gonna listen to Auntie tomorrow morning. I got to get up and do some early morning running, go do blood work. You got fast and do the blood work. I just don't understand it, girl. But anyways, wait a minute. Alicia said the point is to do better and leave better for the next generation. Come on.
Absolutely.
What's you want to have?
Yeah.
What kind of inheritance you gonna leave for 8 kids?
Yeah, he's trying to send her back to poverty. That's what he's trying to do. He's trying to send her and his children and himself back to poverty with 8 children.
8 children. You can't even take care of yourself. You live in a dirty, stinky apartment.
Yeah.
Now, I'm okay with a man. I am okay with a man having a studio apartment if you can get up tomorrow and go put a down payment down in the house or get your bigger
apartment. Absolutely. He needs to try. He needs to try to do something.
He couldn't even pay for someone to come. He didn't want to pay for someone to come and walk his dog.
Walk the dog, and when you can the nice apartment he's looking into, how is he going to pay his half? He can't afford it. He can't afford his half.
No. He could probably barely afford his house he's in now.
It's just something. And did you guys see how Dr. Pepper didn't say anything when, she was talking about, and I'm glad Myrla pushed back about the whole thing about her spending. But Dr. Pepper sat there and started drinking her water. Like, I was like, well, you the expert. Aren't you going to say something? She didn't say anything.
She already did. I have a screenshot. Y'all know I have a screenshot. Y'all better start calling this screenshot. In the matchmaking section, Dr. Viviana says, now he makes a lot less than Myrla does. Dr. Pepper said marriage is not a smorgasbord, and I disagree with that. Fake Pastor Cal say what you lack in finances, you will make up in nobility. Now, I'm going to ask you, ladies. Let me ask y'all, because I'm missing out. I am missing out. So let me ask y'all something. How many of y'all go to the bank, PSC&G, the water company, wherever, the school fee, and say, I'm a noble woman, you should let me just have it for free because I'm a noble person? Tell me so I could do it.
They don't cut off your water, off your power. You'll be outside the house.
Child, they're going to have security escort you out of there.
The only thing in the north, I don't know if let me just talk about New Jersey. In New Jersey, they don't cut your heat off in the winter. Your lights and heat off in the winter. But let me tell you, honey, May 15th. May 15th. 01, PSC&G will be at your door. Cut, you didn't pay the bill. So I don't understand what Dr. Fake Pastor Cal is talking about. What you lack in finances, you make up in nobility. Who's going to pay the bills and who's going to take care of the 8 kids, Gil, Pastor Cal? I just want to know.
Didn't he also say something about evening her out or bringing her down or something like that? He said something else that made me look at him kind of funny. Cal need to do better. He can be replaced too.
He was satisfied with where he was at. Well, Myrla's not trying to come live in the dungeon with you, boo-boo. Yeah. Okay.
Now Myrla's gonna be in her house with her own dog.
No, Felicia said nobility does not pay the bill. I'm just trying to find out. Those of you who are homeowners, y'all know what we need to do at the end of the year. You need to pay at least one extra mortgage payment at the end of the year that counts towards your taxes and help you to pay off your house faster. My husband has not called the bank and say, I am a noble man and I we don't pay the mortgage because we're noble. Never. Because I get the alert every month. Your mortgages are being paid. So what is he talking about? Y'all need to tell me about this nobility thing.
I don't know.
That's some new age stuff.
Thank you, Miss
That's exactly what it is.
What woman is truly happy providing for a man? How do you even feel soft and feminine? You don't, because you're becoming the man. Nope. Now, let me just say, like, who was it that says that, because of our society, women are making more money. And I do believe that a couple is to get together and live your plan, live your life out. But honey, I will never tell you to take care of a man. Never. With the exception of your marriage, your husband lost his job, through no fault of his own, and you're working and you got to pick up the slacks. That's what you have to do. But you just, it's temporary. He's been a good man. He's been a good husband. But I'm not going to tell you to go pick up a man and take care of him. Never.
Yeah.
Never.
Yeah. And that's exactly what he would be doing if she marries Gil. It'd be like her taking a son.
Stay with him.
Oh, I would not.
Exactly.
Yes, stay with him. I would not. Absolutely not. He's another bill. He will be another bill for her. So no, on trips. He can't pay for his trips. Who gonna pay for the trip? She likes to travel. She wants something nice. He's not gonna buy it. He's gonna probably go to the thrift store and get her a purse or something. He's gonna say, you don't need no purse, no name brand person. It's just he's not going to want to give her the things that she's used to having. And I just don't understand why they were set up other than for Gil to do better. It wasn't for Myrla to do better. And I think sometimes with these shows, they think the women are so desperate that they are supposed to take anything.
Exactly. And remember at the beginning, I said they did that with Brianna, even though Brianna came on talking about, I want a man, But Brianna, I knew from day one, she's desperate. She doesn't love herself. Yeah. So Myrla, Myrla is not Brianna, because Vinny is a scrub.
He definitely is.
Artistry. Hello, Artistry Beautiful. Hey.
It's me, Alexis Chapman. I just put my channel name for the
hey girl.
How you doing?
Good, babes. Thank you.
So Jess, do you know if Vinny, his business, as if it has taken off? Have you heard anything about
business
that?
Who's that? Who's that?
He don't own the business. Who's saying that?
Wasn't he supposed to be
he works as a car salesman?
Who talking? Wait a minute.
He is a car salesman, honey. Do not let him fool
Artistry.
you.
I told y'all he don't have no business. The girlfriend told us what kind of. I asked my husband. My husband is an executive, and he get those black trucks and cars to come pick him up. I asked my husband. I said, Mike, do you know anybody of your frat brother, your boss? Do they get somebody to come pick up their car to get the car to be served? He was like, no. No, why was it? Vinny is a car salesman. Didn't y'all see the video I did of him? The car salesman in the back seat, test driving the car to sell the people the car.
No, he is a car salesman. That is what he
I know.
is,
I'm just teasing.
Wow. And if you notice on Couples Cam, he's always waiting for Brianna to come home. So there go your answer right there. What kind of job you got when you playing with the dog at home?
You got no job now.
No, he's a salesman, and probably if he don't sell a car, he probably don't make no income.
Get paid. You don't get paid.
You don't try to make sure they're equally yoked at all. They're trying to turn this into like Love and Hip Hop or something like that. That's what it's starting to feel like.
Tell me that's what it is. I can watch it. My thing is, you're trying to play with my mind. Okay, if you tell me this is Love and Hip Hop, then I can get with it. I'll be like, okay, this is Love and Hip Hop.
Yeah, but people in Love and Hip Hop, those guys making money. These folks here, some of them ain't got no money. They ain't got none. Ain't nothing to try to achieve. They just ain't got none.
Katrina says she's not having kids with nobody.
Yep. And Cal swears that they actually do all these background checks on these people. It's not even possible.
I don't think so.
Yes,
I don't think so. I
not even possible.
I don't think so. Remember Ryan and Jessica. Don't ever forget it. Ryan was not his real name when they finally got a hold of him.
Oh, wow.
His real name was not Ryan. And he threatened Jessica and her family during the show and after. And when they interviewed all the experts, they couldn't even cover it. They were like, don't you do background checks on these guys? I mean, this guy is threatening this whole family. And one of them even said, well, we're not even sure if he's affiliated with Mafia. We don't know. We don't know. Talking about throwing people in rivers and things like, what kind of guy is this and y'all have him match with somebody? Come on.
Same with Mika and that bum they hooked her up with. Oh, God, that pathological liar.
Oh, my God.
Perfect liar. He just got married, though.
I heard he got married.
She's desperate. Who gonna marry him? He ain't got no job. Who married
Yeah, he
someone like
married
that?
some woman with a kid. A
He did. I
heavy-set
saw the
woman with a
picture.
kid.
She's definitely desperate.
Yeah, he lied about everything. Yoga instructor lied.
Everything.
But you got to remember, I think he said, the sister said that they used to move around a lot in foster care. So he probably got a whole lot of traumas in his background that he deals with. Because
That's why
something
they
wrong
need to
when
do
you
some
can't
type
tell
of
the truth.
exams
That's
on these
not
people.
normal. That's not normal.
Mm-hmm.
All these people need counseling before they start on the show.
Janice, I wanted to say one of the ladies earlier said something that, and it's funny, I had just said it minutes before she said it.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was Clara, said that Gil was trying to send Myrla back to poverty. And I was
Mm-hmm.
thinking the same thing because on the last episode, she had just shown him a picture of how she used to live as a child. She showed him like that little shack looking well, it looks like a shed to me, but she said that they were all piled in there. And that's the reason why she likes her high rises and
Right.
this, that, and the other. So my thing is, that was confirmation that she said he's trying to send her back, because I was just saying, I'm like, is he trying to send her back to poverty? Like, having 8 kids in a I mean,
Exactly.
they don't even have a house yet, but
Yeah.
let's say if they did,
Yeah.
based on his income
And
alone.
how do you take care of 8 kids and go
like
to work?
he
Rice
definitely
and
wouldn't be
beans.
able to
They get
get
big
at least
pots
4
of rice and
bedrooms.
beans.
Yeah, exactly. So that's what I
Yeah.
felt. And I just felt like it's very rude of him to continue on to try to force her to come down. It's like, if this woman, if she's been eating filet mignon years on years before she met you, now that you're in the picture, you want to serve her a hamburger patty and put A1 sauce on it. To me, that's what
But
it
see,
is.
what I find
Yeah.
A
my
frozen.
Uh,
A frozen.
Exactly. I was just like, please stop trying to force
A
your way of
frozen.
thinking on her, right?
Yeah.
Like, this has
And
been going on long before you. That's why I put in the comments earlier, like, you're talking about we can get there sooner. She's already there. That's what he fails to realize. Like you said,
absolutely.
and not one time has he spoke to her in a loving way and said, you know what, I'm inspired by you. I'm trying to figure out ways, where I can have multiple streams of income. I want to get you that house. I want us to have. He hasn't said anything to encourage her to
Nothing.
even want to
Everything
have
he
8
shuts
children
Right.
by
down.
him.
Yeah.
That
He
And
is
doesn't
the
just insult
reason
her.
why I love Heather. I still think she's the best person they ever had on that show. Because when they matched her with Derek, she said, "No way, Jose," and she left.
yeah.
And they got on her real bad about leaving the show right after the honeymoon, but she didn't care. What I don't get with Myrla, if you know this is not a guy you used to being with, why are you staying in it?
She
That's
don't
what's
want to
wrong
pay.
with
She don't
women
want to
that
pay that
irritates
fine.
me. Like, why stay in it? I wouldn't have no man on TV showing me like that.
She is really bad introvert. I don't think I've ever seen.
Yeah.
But you know what? Remember, she's in the education system, so she might be trying to tape down. Here go Dusty Pastor Cal. Even Pastor Cal is a Dusty.
He
Yeah,
definitely.
he told his story
Divert money
recently.
Yeah.
elsewhere.
Yeah.
And Myrla says, "Well, I already saved. That's what I'm saying. I already saved." Remember that?
She even said
I
Yeah.
wasn't
LBC.
saying that. I would have left. I would have said, "No, I'm sorry, y'all matched me with the wrong guy.
Yeah.
This guy, he's telling me how to spend my money that I work hard earned for now. I'm out. Peace. Nice knowing you."
But the
Yeah.
only
And
reason
yeah.
Myrla is playing the game is because of the contract.
That's
Contractually.
what I believe too. I believe a lot of
Yeah.
Guys,
times it's
don't fool
saying,
yourself with that contract. Because let me tell you what I found out with a lot of that married at first sight contract. And I'll tell you where these contestants get very shortchanged. I'm like, thank God I don't have no channel, because I will blow them up with their contract. I looked at these people signed. What's bad about it is you sign your life away to married at first sight. Okay, that's the first thing that's a disadvantage. Another thing is when they sign the contract, they tell them that they're paying them as walk-on actors and actresses. But a real actor showed up their contract and said, "Y'all guys are still getting shortchanged. Why?"
Wait, there's a lot of feedback. Who's that?
I don't know who feedback that is. That's not mine, I hope. No. I don't know who feedback that was.
Wait a minute, Mary Beth said I made more money than my husband, and I unfortunately handed every paycheck over to him. The devil's a lie, girl. And then I had to ask him for some money. Needless to say, I am no longer that glory.
Smart woman.
Won't Lord do it?
No, the way the contract do them is even like, for instance, a lot of shows on TV, when it stopped airing, the show goes into what we call syndication.
Right.
Married at First Sight, they can show those episodes, like let's say season 12. They can take season 12 right now and even do a rerun of the whole season.
Yeah.
Those actors don't get any penny from that. Real actors, if your show go in syndication, you think Seinfeld ain't still making money from Seinfeld?
Oh,
yes,
absolutely.
he is. Even though it's still not a brand new show, it's in syndication. So he's still getting a check from that. That's how a lot of actors make their money, through syndication. Married at First Sight make you sign your whole life away. And what's bad about it? They can show you any kind of way on the show and you cannot argue it. Have you ever heard a contestant sue them? No. That's why Virginia's in all the therapy she's in, because they made her look like a drunk.
Alan, wait a minute. Gil ain't no close to no 60,000. Gil make 28.
Who's saying that?
Alan is missing the whole point anyway. He made a remark.
Alan is missing. Okay. When we say the average income in the United States, mean in the whole United States, the average income for a man of color is $44,000. For a white man is $52,000. We're talking about the whole United States. I don't know what it is for each state. But Gil is making 20. He just became a firefighter, honey, in a little town all the way in the boombox dock somewhere, earning $28,000 and $36,000 with overtime.
But see, Alan made a comment earlier saying something about income measuring basically being a dusty, and I replied to him and said that you made it clear that even a rich man can qualify as a dusty. So
Thank you. I said that.
It's not solely income. But anyway, he's in here trying to rally him and somebody else, talking about, oh, you don't stand a chance. You're a dusty if you don't have a job. You're a dusty if you're a firefighter.
No, because that's not what I teach over here.
Exactly. So they're just
what did I say? Most of us that's in our 30s and 40s, if you go back and look at your parents' income, that was making $40,000. I remember being a TMI in my life. My daddy was rolling in the dough. In the 90s,
back then, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it was like, let it ring. Now at 45, how old am I again? 43 or 44, I don't remember. And I'm looking back and my daddy wasn't making no money.
But back then, like you said, that was substantial back then.
So being a dusty has absolutely nothing to do with your income.
And Janice, you got to remember, we're in the New York City area, so our cost of living is high. Besides, California is the only other state that comes close. It is not cheap to live here. So $28,000, you can live on the street in a box.
You right?
That's right. As a matter of fact, let me tell you how bad it is. $28,000, you could get benefits, you could get Medicaid, and you could get food stamps. I read that in a group today. So
right, but you gotta have an address to get it. Where you gonna pay rent at for $28,000? You might can get you a room.
Right, Deanna. That is, you're so
I'm
right
not sure
about
how
that.
far that's going to South either, to be honest.
He ain't ready to be no husband. That's why those men are all the way they are, because they all got issues. Every last
Remember
one
that.
of them.
People still make excuse for this. How do you make excuse for that?
Because women look at his
when
looks.
you're talking about bringing children, 10 of them, into the world on your salary. Where are they going to live? How you going to take care of them? How you going to feed them and clothe them? So he is definitely a dusty. He is a dust bucket. I mean, it doesn't make any sense.
A dust bucket.
Like, it's just craziness. And you know, he's the type of guy, I guarantee you, if she have all those children and times get hard, he's a typical guy that will leave, and then she'll be stuck with all the children by herself, and he's giving her grief and everything else because he's not ready for no children. He can't even take care of
Listen,
himself. But
I
you
know
want to,
somebody that
you
did
want
that.
to, you know how they say that women, me too, I do too. You know how they men always talking about women have these trap babies. Well, men give women anchor babies. They want to put
Okay.
an anchor around
Mm-hmm.
your
Come
daggone
on.
foot and drag you into the ocean so you can drown.
Preach,
Mm-hmm.
preach
So it
on.
makes no sense.
Yeah, Alan
Mm-hmm.
made a statement. Somebody need to address him.
Alan
I'll
just
address
wants
him.
to be problematic, honey.
Alan said something about Myrla. Number one, Myrla wasn't originally picked for the show.
Okay, wait a minute, ladies. Auntie say, you see how Auntie's just getting my message, child. I'm
Oh,
so far
wow.
behind. No, Auntie say, I'm driving in the rain, can't come up, but I'm so enjoying the convo. Okay, Auntie's listening on us. Okay, Auntie, we love you. We
Yeah,
love
Alan, the question to Alan is, Myrla was not an original cast member for the show. She is a fill-in at the last minute.
you.
A friend of hers was chosen to do the show, but she couldn't do it.
Right.
So Myrla stepped in for her. Because he said, why is a 200K woman asking to be on the show? She didn't really do the show. She was pulled in at the last minute.
But
to
a
cover.
lot of the men, Ryan is making great money. Ryan, how much money you make?
Yeah, but Ryan got a lot of
Jose
issues.
makes decent money. Johnny makes good money. So
Yeah, Johnny makes good money.
And Johnny's getting ready to retire at 40.
I think Gil is the only one doesn't.
Right.
And he's the only one that's talking
There's
about
a guy in the comments.
and he's the only one talking about 10 children, and he doesn't make anything.
There you go. And
yeah,
Make
Gil
that
is
make
the
sense.
only one doesn't make money because
I'm talking about 10 children.
computers, I think. Yeah, he's the only one don't have no good income. It's only him.
Exactly. And there's a guy in the comments, John JC, talking about compromise or stay single.
That's okay. That's
you
one of
men
the
are
options.
missing the point in this comment section.
But you know what?
Like,
I think I think if women are supposed to pick men that don't want to achieve anything but want them to have a bunch of children, I think they better off.
There you go.
Single.
That is
This
one
is
of
the
the
thing. You came
options.
into this world by yourself. I don't know why any man think that women have to have a man. Come on now.
Exactly.
Now you can get a man.
It's
almost
nice
any
for
woman
us
can
to
get
have
out here
one.
and get a man.
It's
You can
nice
get
for us
one.
to
That
have
don't mean
one,
you
but if I'm gonna get a grown man, I have to take care of.
There
That's
you
okay.
go.
I'll stay by myself.
Like, what is his definition? I would love for him or Alan to come up because I'm just trying to figure out when he says compromise or stay single, what is his definition of compromise? She does
Compromise
not have
is
to
take care of
adjust
the
to
man.
Exactly. She doesn't have to adjust to his lower level thinking.
Dungeon.
Her going shopping at Louboutin is not gonna put her out of house and home. It's just
No,
not.
ma'am.
Her taking a
She's
trip and
adjusted
staying at
enough.
the Waldorf Astoria is not gonna put her out of house and home. So I'm just trying to figure out like what it is he means by compromise or stay single.
Compromise is pay for him, take care of him, and let him be the man and be the head and submit to him and respect to him, and stay single.
Well, that's why some of us stay single. I just put my daughter through college, and I
hello.
refuse.
You know what? That's gonna leave us the naked wife. Come on.
Yeah, I mean, some people choose to stay single for that reason. Maybe because they're not finding, suitable men.
I did for a very long time.
I choose to
almost 36.
Because I'm not dating no daggone Dusty. That's out of the question. I certainly ain't taking care of no man. I don't need another kid. I don't need
Because when I see a man say compromise or stay single, that's what it sounds like to me. It sounds like be 50-50 with me or stay single. That's what
Felicia's right. She said Ryan came to Myrla's defense and unfiltered. Here's a rough paraphrase. Myrla would have been canceled if she had talked about his finances the way he talked about hers. Oh, yeah.
Oh, definitely.
Absolutely.
Fire her. Write petitions to get her fired from her job. Check those thumbs up for me. 264 people, only 135 thumbs up, 2 thumbs down. So apparently we're upsetting someone.
They have to click the like
that
button.
was Alan and John, the two. That's who it was.
I think that was Myrla's truck, Shay. Wasn't that Myrla's truck, the black truck? Isn't that Myrla's BMW?
That he was driving.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I didn't
Somebody
even see
say
that part.
eight chillings.
Not that I know
So,
too much
what does
mine.
he drive then? I'm just curious.
Nothing. A bike.
Probably a hoopty, probably.
A bicycle.
A jalopy.
Yeah,
A box
exactly.
Chevy.
Not a box Chevy.
A
And
box Chevy, honey.
did you guys see the unfiltered? I don't watch all of them, but Gil was on one of them. He was bragging about he buys name brand things sometime, and so that's a whole contradiction to what he's been saying to Merla. The
That
problem is
proves
he can't buy it all the time
the
like he
time.
wants.
Yep.
Mhm.
That's really what the problem is.
What's
And you're
name brand to
upset
him,
before
though?
she can.
He had on Gucci
That's
sneakers.
a good point. Yep.
That was probably Coochie from off the corner of the street. I don't believe he got any real Gucci. He ain't got no real Gucci.
Did you say Gucci?
Well, you saw the shoes he wore on his wedding day. That was enough for
Let
me.
me give you credit.
Oh my goodness.
Y'all know Gil don't have any real Gucci.
Oh my
Not
goodness.
broke Gil. Not cheap Gil. Honey, not at all.
Well, they say he's trying to become a host, like he wants to be a host
Not
on one
with
of
that
his shows.
voice.
You trying to take Jamie's job?
Jamie's getting on my nerves. She's on social media too much with her life.
Yeah, Jamie's.
I
But
mean,
you know
every
what?
little
I'll
thing
take
happens.
Jamie
You go to
over
the
Gil.
ER, it's on social media. It's like, lady, can't you keep any of your life private? The child goes to the ER and she got it on social media. It's like, what is
Everything
this?
is our pride. I would like to know that too, Alyssa. I would love to know why Myrla and her ex broke up. I would love to know.
Yeah.
Thank God for Beverly. Same here, baby. Same here.
Gil is
Was that the one who cheated on her? Because then she get cheated on before, right? So.
Oh.
Did she?
Was
You know
that,
what? I can't
I
remember.
don't remember.
But you know, Gil to me is the prime example of why women can't listen to men keep yelling about what do you bring to the table as a woman, because look how much Myrla brings to the table, yet he still finds a complaint. And to be honest with you, even had they matched him with someone that was not have maintenance, it's a chance that he still would have been unhappy, because what if they matched him with someone that wasn't as high maintenance, but what if she was unkempt? What if she barely washed her face, barely did her hair, barely wore a dress or whatever? And then it probably would have been a complaint then that she's, you know, too homely or whatever the case may be. So I just don't feel like he would have been pleased either way with the person that's not talking 50-50.
Don't listen to these male YouTubers.
Yeah, he wants someone that looks like Myrla, but he wants a 50-50 person. He wants a roommate.
Right. He can't even do 50-50 in that apartment. Ryan said in the comment section that those apartments they're staying in begins at $3,000 plus. How the dusty gonna afford $1,500 a month? That's just for the rent.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Married at First Sight got very cheap. They gotten real cheap. Like a lot of the stuff this season looked cheap. It does not look like last season. This season, all that stuff, the honeymoon, all of it, it looks cheap.
Yes, Pamela, we talked about that earlier. We talked about, Pamela said, please do not forget. Galisha said, I quote, Myrla seems to forget where she comes from, and I am not going to let her, as if she's her daddy.
But she didn't forget. Clearly, she pulled up a picture of the shack that she grew up in. So obviously she didn't forget.
Of course not, because she doesn't want to go back either.
Thank you. And he's trying to send her back by having 8 kids in a 900 square foot.
Gil is trying to get Myrla to come down from the penthouse to the dungeon. Okay. Dungeon living.
Yeah, past the dungeon. To that cardboard box on the side of the street where he lived at. No, ma'am.
Well, that's why they don't stay together. They don't need to be together.
Alan said we were shaming the poor. Who poor?
Who's shaming the poor?
Felicia,
we're just shaming Gil.
Hawaii too. Hawaii's expensive to live.
Yeah, Hawaii. I heard Hawaii's expensive.
Yeah, very expensive.
That's why we never tried to go there.
But it ain't New York City. Let me take you in New
Alan,
York.
please say that was a typo. 36 is not close to 60.
No.
Yeah, my math can't make that add up.
I don't know how he lived. Maybe he get assistance from someplace else.
He lives in a one-room stinky apartment. Do you guys notice that when they went to Gil apartment, they only showed him in that one room? It's a studio apartment. No, I'm okay.
Yes.
I'm okay with the studio. If you're a single man, I'm okay with the studio if you can go put a down payment on a house tomorrow.
But he said the money was in Colombia, right?
Oh, girl.
There's no money in Colombia.
There's no money there.
He's doing nothing but
Well, he got a 401k.
The money was in Colombia. Did he say that?
He said something about some 401k.
He said he had a savings account in Colombia
that he can't touch.
That 401k was his savings, so from if you take it from him, 401k is for retirement, honey. That is not no savings.
Mm-hmm.
But why do he have the bank account in Colombia? I don't get that.
He's lying, girl. He's lying.
No bank account in Colombia.
Only account he got over there is to go to his mama, to send his mama some money.
Just like I do every month. My husband just went to Western Union yesterday to send money home to my mama. I send money home every month. Ain't no money in Jamaica for me. I can never call my mother and say, Mommy, go to the bank and send me some money. It's not for me. It's for her and my brothers for their upkeep. So ain't no money in Colombia.
Oh, no, he don't have any. What the money? Where he say that? I could have sworn he said he got the money in Colombia.
He's lying. What? Come on, people say what? And then the foolish woman we're talking about, he has an offshore account, and I'm like, okay. Why he can't go get it? If you have an offshore account, go get the money. My father had business back home. And when I was getting married, of course, Daddy got engaged. Listen to what I said to my biological. Dad, I got engaged. Mike and I are getting married. When can I go to Western Union? Tomorrow?
He still could have accessed that account. Yeah, even if he had money in an account somewhere else, he still could have accessed the account to show proof of it. He didn't show proof because he don't have an account.
Yeah. And guess what? It's like 4,000. Alyssa could help me out. It's like almost 4,000 Colombian dollars for $1 American. Now you make it make sense to me.
Right. And the fact is he should still have something in the US considering he's married.
Thanks. I talk about, well, I save in my 401k. Little Michael know you don't save in your 401k. Little Michael know that. When he say I'm saving in my 401k, and hello, he just became a firefighter like a month before he started filming. Ain't no money in no 401k. Because even Myrla, so it's a little there though. You need to, it's not much.
Oh my God.
No, blissful. You're right.
Right. That's why I'm like, there is no we, sir. She's there.
Right. Myrla say it won't take us 6 years. He gonna talk about, well, you want us to take 6 years or 3 years. She say it's not gonna take me 6 years the way I save.
Exactly.
So in other words, Myrla have her $50,000. Let's say the house is $500,000. How much? 20%? Is it 20%? Is 100,000? Is that right? And so half, right? 50,000.
Yeah.
Myrla can simply go write a $50,000 check for her down payment. Where is yours, sir? And how long is it gonna take you to save 50,000 American dollars?
Gil wanted Myrla to get a house so that he can have guaranteed to have some property. So when the marriage goes wrong, he can get his half.
Yeah, because that's what Mark is doing to get more right now.
That's a setup. That's what he wanted to do. He wanted to set her up, and she will be a fool to stay with him.
And the best thing Myrla ever did was not to give him anything. Take forever for that kiss. Don't lay down with him.
Right, like,
oh my God.
Because I think he's used to getting over that way.
Yes. That's the best thing she could have done.
And you know what the sad thing is? All these women, it bugs me that you have all these women making excuses for him. How do you make an excuse?
Because
I don't know. My girlfriend called me Miss Verbosity. Okay. How do you make an excuse for this? How do you make it?
Because they're living at the poverty line. Once they start making $100,000 and up, it'll be a different point of view.
Absolutely. Yeah, when you have to work and get up there and you work hard for that money, you start to see things differently. You like, look, I'm not letting you pull me back down, and I work hard to get to where I am. It's just, and I think it becomes the norm too, making excuses for men. You know, a lot of times, especially in the Black community, they are underachievers. That is becomes the norm, and that's what the women do, and it's no excuse for it. I mean, you got women that walk around here pregnant, and you know, going to school, working, taking care of children, and these men never have to carry a baby around in their body. And you mean to tell me they can't go to school and do the same thing? There's absolutely no excuse for it.
Right. Oh my God, mister, I'm waiting for a good woman to come and help me. You want to tell me, right? Thank you. Who was that said that, girl? I did that. I went to school, dragged Lexi around. Lexi would be sitting in the back of the class on a towel, and I struggled to make a life for myself. But I now need to come and help you, a man that's supposed to provide and protect and be my example. I'm supposed to respect you and honor you, but you didn't have enough nerve to establish yourself as a man. Y'all make it make sense to me. Make it make sense to me.
It doesn't. And let's just say, even for the women who haven't had children, we have something that happens to us monthly.
Thank you.
Men never have to deal with, right? That will keep you out of work, that'll keep you sick, that'll have you sick every month for 20, 30 years. And women still are able to accomplish the things they accomplish. And these men got excuses? Absolutely not. I'm not trying to hear none of it.
Thank you, Thea. Okay, great. So to the point, where is Gil compromised? Because he has yet to offer any. Not one time has he said
anything.
Let me go create extra income.
Yep.
He should. You know what he should do? Myrla, okay, you have your money or whatever. I'm gonna go find a job, and this job, every penny I earn is to put towards the down payment of a house. No, the Dustin didn't say that. He want Myrla to stop shopping.
Yes. How about asking her? You know, I know you've come a long way. You've done a great job. Is it some things that you can share with me that I could do? Is it some classes I can take?
He ain't never gonna do that. He ain't never gonna do that. Like, he's too prideful.
Exactly. That's what I mean. She's wasting her time. He's not gonna do better. He don't want to do better. Already he's talking about doing something else. You just became a firefighter. Like, damn. I mean, you can't stick to anything.
Right, at 40. He's almost 40.
Yeah, he gives me homosexual vibes, to be honest.
So right. So you are just establishing yourself. And there's no guarantee he's gonna stick it through, because he hasn't at 40, at almost 40.
Yes.
You know, by the time you're 35, almost 40, you should already have one good job, at least 10 years under your belt.
Yep. Absolutely. What he's starting off is what kids do when they become, you know, straight out of school, maybe 20 something.
Gil has a niece. No, I don't have a problem with a car. We drive a Chevrolet. I don't have a problem with I don't have a problem with you having a basic car if you're working towards something. You know, our car is just, my husband takes the train to work, and it's just me and the kids driving around. I've never been into cars. I just need it to be safe. Right. But if you're into cars and you can afford it, like, but at 50, guess what Janice is gonna buy? An Escalade. And I'm working towards that. But that's for 50. Okay. Yeah. But this, I just can't. I can't, child. I will get the frozen veggies, Janice. Get the frozen.
Can you guys imagine? They say Pastor Cal's supposed to have a church in Atlanta. Can you
imagine?
Oh, no, ma'am. Telling the women in the church? Oh, my God.
Oh, no, ma'am. He
no.
is the typical black pastor that
Mhm.
with his book,
And
Marriage is
it's
not for
only
punks. Now you
it's
tell
only
me what
black
comes to
people.
mind with that book. Marriage is not for punks.
Yeah.
Tell me what comes to mind when you hear. Remember back in the days they used to say, "You're chicken, you're chicken. If you don't do this, you're chicken." Who remember that? So marriage is not for punks. Stop.
I asked a girl a long time ago. I said, why is it in our it was men in the room too, but I said, why is it amongst black people, particularly African Americans? I said, when a woman wants to practice, hypergamy, it's like a big deal. And that woman, it was like only two other women in the room besides her and I, but that woman went all the way in. Talking about, I'm a ride for mine and this and that, and just going off. I was like, yeah, if that's what you want to do. I said, my question was, if a woman decides that that's what she wants to practice, why is it in our community it's always a problem? But it's normal. It's normal for other cultures. That's normal to marry up and things like that. So I said, I was just curious as to if anybody had an opinion as to why it's not normal for us to want that.
Because it's not. I believe because it's not taught. With the generations, a lot of that was lost, and the generations now it's not taught. And you have to think too that black women are more race loyal to stay with their men no matter what. And if all the women or the majority of women wanted to practice hypergamy, these men would be homeless. I'm gonna tell you, they'll be homeless.
They would.
They would be. They would be.
And I feel not every woman that wants to practice that will, sadly to say, achieve that. But but I just feel like, what is the problem with a woman who actually has something going on to want that for herself? Like same with Myrla. Myrla said she wanted somebody comparable in lifestyle and income. So even though she's not African American, but it's still being made to be an issue for her to want that.
It's an issue because she's with a black man. That's why it's an issue.
Yep.
That's the only reason why it's an issue. And it's it just goes to show that it's being taught that you're not supposed to want that. You're supposed to ride or die.
Build him up, support him.
But I was surprised to
struggle
from our own women. I'm looking like, girl, like you going hard on me. I'm just asking. I just posed the question. And she
it doesn't surprise me. No, that's that's normal. I remember years ago when I was working, and a lot of the women were talking about all these things in my office, and they were talking about all the things that women should do to keep, the men. And I said, well, what are men going to do to keep the women? And they all just like, they froze, right? Nobody. I said, somebody gonna tell me something, and they was like, oh, you so funny. And I'm just looking like, I wasn't.
Okay, wait a minute. One of you ladies need to adjust your phone. We have a lot of static.
Right. I was like, is that okay? It's De Silva then.
Just adjust it. Maybe it's the charge or there's something. Capricorn. My coworker drove Uber 1 year and made $25,000 extra. That's on top of her income she was making at our job. So you're right. He can go drive Uber or Lyft, but he ain't gonna do that, child. He too proudful. Ooh, child, can you imagine if we hear he trying to get alimony from Myrla? Girl,
I would be.
I can see him trying.
Pulling up Mark Daly. For those who watch The Housewives.
But that is an interesting question about the hypergamy and why it's so wrong for black women to want more. And it's almost kind of like you're expected to pay half for everything, and people find it kind of interesting that I don't pay for anything.
Right.
I think
my husband paid all.
I am one of those women of color who believe women of color needs to start dating outside.
Thank you.
Because 30% of black men marry non-black women. So if you have 100 black men, 30 of them choose to marry non-black women. So you only have 70 men left with 100 black women. So what are 30 women going to do?
Right.
So my thing is, if you are open, want to marry, if you're open and you're interested, Michael, did Daddy give you something to eat?
It seems like less men want to actually get married in the first place as well.
Oh yeah.
From observing, I mean, I got lucky, but it's kind of jarring, really. Like,
yes,
where did the value?
I think Myrla and Gil would be best match, and the rumor has it that they are dating. But Daddy is tired. Okay, ask him, Daddy, to help me, please. I need help. Rumor, Gil and Brett is, spending a lot of time together. Rumor.
Run, Brett.
Myrla told Gil to keep his place if he's homeless. That's on him. Yes, honey. So one of the rumors is that they both say yes on decision day, but she drops him 2 weeks after, and then he's homeless because he gave up his apartment because he thought he was gonna be in that free apartment for 6 months, and then Myrla said, "No, bye, bomb, bye."
Myrla said, "I'm gonna get you back for trashing me all season."
That's right. That's absolutely right. Natalie said he is who want to get this one. He's a firefighter. He supported himself fine before the show. Why are you, Black woman, putting down this man? And because he makes less does not make his lower than her, are you? Come on, somebody.
Well, it's obvious that Natalie just tuned in. Very obvious. See the 100 other videos made. So I would just admonish you to go watch the millions of other videos that Janice did on the series so far.
And summing up real quickly, that poverty mindset mentality.
There you go. Bingo. Somebody, he supported himself. You're right, himself. And he said he lied and said he was ready to take a wife with $40,000 or less per year. He lied.
Yeah.
Even if he had a wife that was only making $50,000, he still wanted a 50-50 situation or someone that would foot most of the expenses.
But let's flip that around too.
I just got a revelation. Who was just saying about the 50-50 girl?
That was me, A1 Artistry Beauty.
Okay, guess what just came to me? Let me walk around the chair first.
Go ahead. What's sizzling in your spirit?
Girl, when you just said he want a 50-50, girl, guess what just came to me when he said 2 dates a month was too much.
Oh my God. Don't take me back.
So that means he wants to pay for one date and he wants her to pay for one date. Ooh, I just got the revelation. See, that's why you have to talk to other people because the anointing be flowing. Here he go.
But he can't do 50-50 with her. How?
Well, not 50-50. See, that's the reason.
Twice a month, that's
not
a lot.
50-50 in a sense where his income matches her, so then now they're going to do 50-50. No, he wants it, as we can see, he wants her to live down. They wouldn't be in a place that would be, let's say, $2,500 a month. They would be somewhere that say $1,000, and then that for him, she will put in her $500. He will put in his $500.
Oh no,
that's what I mean by it. He wants it not 50-50 according to her standards, 50-50 according to his. That's why he's trying to make her live down.
Because how can he afford? He cannot afford. He cannot afford this.
What she wants.
He can't afford this.
And I was about to say that next. Like if they took a $10,000 vacation, he wouldn't be able to foot 50-50. But
no, this is where he went to look for the apartment.
He can do 50-50.
No. This is where he went to look for the apartment where they're living now. He said, "I went to look at the apartments." Remember, this is where they live now. So he went here to look for an apartment. Ryan said in my comments that these apartments are 2-bedroom starts at $3,000 plus. So he can't even afford half of the rent.
B Candy made a good point, said, girl, 50-50. You mean 30-70 because they still want the woman to carry the baby, birth it, nurse it, provide half the bills, cook, clean, doctor's appointment, workout, and sex. That's not
and nurse and nurse the baby because formula is expensive.
Yeah.
And Myrla, with her income, she's not going to be eligible for WIC.
Okay.
She said she wanted nannies too, didn't she?
Ooh, child, she wanted now. Forget it, girl. Gil wanted her home and pregnant.
Yeah.
This is why I don't understand why primarily Black women get so riled up when they hear another Black woman say that they want to practice hypergamy. That's why I don't understand that.
Because they that's their norm. Their grandmother struggle, their mama struggle. That's their norm. That's all they know. They don't know you can want better and do better. So when me and you is talking about girl, they cussed me, you out. They cussed us out. Girl, you know the people be coming over here cussing me out. Girl, I'm so tired of blocking people.
Now you need to start being like this other lady. She said she don't block nobody because that helps her get paid. She say, comment on, honey, unless you just get too profane.
Girl,
but just let them be, Janice. It's good for the algorithm, apparently.
Yeah. I just got over this week. I was like, block. Somebody even said, I know you're gonna block me. I sure did. I blocked. Girl, I just cannot. I just don't understand. Her woman, I just can't.
Yeah, this was the most painful. I follow every episode.
Let me take my thing
the most painful, I would dare to even say grotesque episode that I have seen. I was just like, wow.
Yeah. And you know, another thing I think a lot of times women don't think about, especially, you know, like you said, in the Black community, if Myrla was to, let's say her and Gil did get married and she had one child by Gil. Now, remember, whoever made that comment, Gil wants 10 children. So that's the problem that we're having. He's asking for things that he clearly cannot afford. But let's say she had one child by Gil and Myrla lost her job. How would Gil provide for her? She lost her job. Let's say she get injured and she can't work anymore. Her, the child, himself, and the dog. How is he going to provide without her?
Forget losing her job. What about maternity leave? Most of these places don't pay maternity leave.
She ain't gonna be maternity leave. She gonna be back at work the next day.
And you know the insurance paid for you to stay in the hospital 2-3 days.
I promise I was thinking that earlier. I said Gil give me the type will make her work until the due date.
Oh yeah, but you can work if that's what you want. Because I try to work. I try to work as long as I can because it was cold, it was snowing, and if I go to work, that's how.
But your husband didn't pressure you and say,
no, honey. And as a matter of fact, one of the supervisors started getting on my nerve. He was like, "Nope, write your letter." And so I was home about a month before I had the baby, but I was trying to stay right up to until I couldn't stay anymore, just so that I can, be active and move around because we had snowstorm and stuff. But it's because that's what I wanted, not because I had to.
I wish that one of the guys would come up. He is still in the comments saying that
I don't know. Are they still in the comments?
Down.
They might have been gone.
Nobody is tearing body down. I'm just trying to figure out where your John is getting that from.
Where is John?
He is still in the comments talking about we're tearing down the men.
John, come on up. John, come up.
He and Alan
come give the mail.
They don't want to lose all the women and have the women being taught something differently. They got to keep saying things like that and making women think that they believe they believe in something that's wrong. Just like the lady that made comments about tearing Gil down. Nobody's tearing Gil down. What we're saying is Gil wants Myrla to bring herself down to make him feel better, and then you want to bring children into a world that you can't even afford to keep. You can't even afford to take care of them. And then the children suffer because he's an underachiever. But you want it irritates me that he's talking about he wants 10 children. You can't even get a 1-bedroom for yourself. You living in the studio with your dog.
I just
don't understand it.
And he's trying to bring her down more than one way. The way he insults her, he's protecting her mentally too. And she's been conceding because she didn't want to be bothered with the dog. She walks the dog.
Yes,
she's been compromising. He's done nothing.
Capricorn, so I think this is about more than money. It also shows a lack of drive and ambition. This is exactly if he really only makes 36, unless he had a good reason for not being able to get a second job. And Myrla keeps saying he doesn't have any ambition, because my thing is, and you only work 2 days a week as a firefighter. So what are you doing with the rest of your time that you have not said well, you know what? I'm going to get a second job, because that's what financial advisors tell you. If you want something, you need to create more income. If you can't fit what you want in your present income, you need to create income and put all that money towards what you want to do. So why hasn't he said that?
And it's easier to do nowadays. You can get an
Maybe
online
he should
job.
move to Chicago and be a firefighter. He will be at like 100,000 by now. Because my friend years ago, she was just doing the training thing and started at 65. She started at 65, and that was many, many years ago. So I don't understand why he's only getting about 40 in 2021 anyway. But I know it probably does depend on the area. Chicago has a lot of fires. Maybe he should just go to an area that's more. I can't hear you.
We can't hear you, Janice.
Oh, sorry. It depends on where you live. So,
yeah,
like
that's
if you
why I
go
was
to
making a joke.
California,
Move here.
if you go to California, you know. Right. Yeah. Gil became a firefighter in 2020. Right. Ingrid, he is taking care of his mother. He has no money in Colombia. He probably sends her most of the check. Yeah. Well, he probably don't send her, because if 4,000, I think it's about 3,000 something Colombian dollars equal $1 American. I mean, when I send money home, my mother get a lot. I be like, ooh. But it's, when you do it in American dollars, it's not. Sandra,
and
Gil is not doing what the
Bible
says that a husband should do. God says cover your wife, and provide. And the only thing he is doing is working.
Yeah.
Sandra said Natalie Turner.
And barely that.
Gil
right.
Is
I was gonna say
like he is superior to Myrla. Therefore, he keeps talking about down to her. He's venting his jealousy and frustration at her status. That's why they're giving him
at
heat.
this point.
No. But they're just starting to give him heat. This is why I don't understand. From day one, when he said, "I want a low maintenance woman," that was it for me. That was it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's it. Yep.
That was it for me. And let me tell you what a foolish man he is. Instead of him harnessing Myrla's ability to create wealth and to do multiple things, he's tearing her down.
Right.
Because he's jealous. His jealousy is getting the best of him.
That's what I'm saying. Like he's like you said. I think you said this before, Janice, in one of your videos. I don't know, or somebody else, but he is like, that is a form of like verbal type or emotional type abuse, like always saying something, but they mask it behind like jokes. They'll make it seem like, oh, he's making a joke, or this is just him expressing his feelings. No,
my husband did that to me, I would be highly upset.
Exactly.
Alyssa said Little Black Book is in the comment section. Do you
That's who I was talking about that I think said abuse. I think it was him.
Okay.
It might have been him.
I'm way
Kojo.
Kojo.
If she made comments about him and his lack of every time the show aired,
so I'm not seeing what you guys are seeing. Let me tell you what, I'm at 7:11 in the comments, and in real time it's 7:36. So I'm not seeing, I'm all the way up here.
Oh, he did. He did enter the comment. I see it.
Okay.
He said he's been listening, and some of the language uses tearing down. I love listening to Kojo and how analytical he is. I wouldn't say that I heard remarks that tore him down. We're just speaking on him not being able and willing to rise up. That's what it seems.
Shay says, Murray, it's not about the money, it's about him trying to trick a woman into giving him all of her money. And this is my thing also. Once you go on TV, the kitty gloves come off. With the exception for me, for Janice, Michaela, after she was walking through the tables, I'm like, hold up now. That's me. That's more than, oh my God, beauty, you so crazy. To me, that's you need to get some medical attention. Okay. Data source tooltip for average base salary. The average salary for a firefighter is $47 per year in Houston, but I think it depends on
Little Black Book said
Okay, wait, where am I? Why am I not? Okay, let me scroll down. You know, I like to get everybody.
Janice, can you see the current comments in your
Okay, let me scroll all the way down. No, because you guys are looking at the current. Okay, Foxy Brown, Miracle Law. Where am I? Okay, little block. Look. Yeah. Yes, I agree. Gil could be close to abuse with the woman. Have us close. It's abuse, verbal abuse.
It's emotional. Like keep making snarky comments. Oh, she's a princess. Oh, she's that. My wife this. When are you ever happy? Blah blah blah. No one said that Myrla was perfect, and no one said that he needed to be perfect. I just think that the issue is because you're not willing to see what can you do to be on the same level as your wife. You want her to bring it down. So Kojo, if you were here earlier, you would have heard me say, long before he came into the picture, Myrla was eating filet mignon. Now that he's in the picture, he wants to serve her a hamburger patty and throw A1 sauce on it and tell her to just like it.
A frozen.
That's unacceptable. You can't force somebody to come down to where you are. Just like, okay, we're gonna take it to the other show. You said that the girl Ticia on Ready to Love, you said she should have asked the man, instead of saying what happened with me being on the bottom, she should have said, what do I need to improve, this and that. Same thing for Gil. Myrla, let me try to think of something I can do more so that I can be of more support to you. I know that you like nicer things in life. Let me see what more I can do to, level up my income. Why does he not need to do that? Instead, he just constantly makes disparaging remarks about her wanting to maintain a lifestyle she's been living long before she met him.
And that's what I don't understand. I don't get that part. I was taking care of myself, living my life, and now you want me to stop living my life because you're not capable of doing your part. I don't understand it.
Not even just not capable, not willing to try.
Not willing.
That part.
Extra.
And again, we're only using what they telling us. We don't know if he's doing his training. I would hope he would, but based on what they're telling us, this is all we know, right?
That's how pimps do.
Huh?
Somebody go say that's how pimps do in the comments.
And he could probably take this training, and he could probably make this training work for his training as a firefighter work for him.
Pamela, that's right.
Learn from Myrla.
White people. That's a good book.
But he doesn't want to.
This is what I would love for a man.
Please.
I would love for a man to explain to me, because I don't understand if Myrla is living in the penthouse. Why you want to drag her down in the dungeon with you? Don't you think you should at least meet her on the 6th floor? I don't understand.
Too much like right.
Or at least make an attempt.
Make an attempt.
Willing to try. He doesn't want to try.
Star said Myrla dumped Gil. And I totally agree with, who was it that said about, was that what's her name on Ready to Love? Stacia? No, the girl that I like that was giving the men the
with
fifth
the short
degree.
blonde hair. I forget her name.
No, not her. That asked the man, why was I in the bottom?
Oh, Ticia.
I just do not like her approach.
Well, that's what Kojo was trying to say. Like, she should have had a softer approach.
A softer approach.
So, and I don't disagree with that totally, but I just, the same way that he was able to break that down, saying she should have come to the table and said, hey, what can I do to improve? Like, right. I was on the bottom, blah, blah, blah. Same thing with Gil. Gil should say, man, like, tell his wife, I'm going to do what I can to improve. Like, you made me look at things a different way. Like, you inspire me. I want to make you happy, blah, blah, blah. Loving remarks that a husband would make for his wife. Like in the Bible, what's his name that worked for Rebecca?
Or Jacob.
Yeah, like all those years, and then turned around and did an additional 7 years. Like, if you really want to make your wife happy, you will do what it takes. That's the point.
But I just feel like he doesn't think that he needs to do any. I don't understand. I wish somebody can explain it to me. Like, I would love for one of the men that's going hard for Gil to explain it to me.
But has he ever really had to try? I mean, this is another thought. Right. Has he had to try? He's probably gotten by his looks. Oh, they feel like they're lucky to be with him. Look at this good looking man.
Right.
And why would he have to try?
He act like he's the prize.
He right. Exactly.
Because he's been the prize in all his other
his relationships. Yep.
Right.
Absolutely.
He act like I
this
don't
is the first
it.
one that made him feel like he needed to level up. Thank you.
Right.
And made him work for it, because she made him work for that, just for a kiss. He probably never had to work that hard for just even a kiss.
Never.
Yeah, because it was always surface. They met him and just said, "Oh, girl, he tall, dark, and handsome. He a firefighter." They didn't get
just like he thought he was doing something.
Right.
That foot rub.
They didn't check to see what his mentality was like.
Exactly, and that's what I'm trying to get across. It has nothing to do with our income, because we can all agree. We were raised on $40,000 a year,
or less.
We turned out okay. We went to schools. My dad had us living in a nice community. We went to good schools. We wear decent clothes, and we turned out okay. It is not about your income. It's about his mentality.
It's all about that poverty mentality. He refuses to give it up for some reason. He refuses to give it up, and I can't understand why.
John, see, her house isn't in the GILL district. Stop wishing bad on her. That's right. Yeah, that was nice what you said. Okay. GILL doesn't live in Houston. Her house is not in Houston. Girl, 50-50 mean 30 cents really. They still want the woman to carry the baby, birth it, nurse it, provide, and nurse it. Because formula. Let me tell you, I told my husband, I said, if I had thought about it, I would have started charging you. Because I nursed that little boy for 4.5 years. I exclusively breastfed him for a year. Do you know how much money I could have made off of my husband?
Okay. And what if Myrla have trouble getting pregnant? Oh gosh, he.
Oh my God, he would abuse her.
Because that fertility.
If she pregnant and she gonna have to be on bed rest, she gonna use up all her savings.
And he do nothing to make up the difference.
Absolutely. I just can't. I just need somebody to explain it to me. I just can't. I just need somebody to.
I wish Kojo would have came up, because if you're gonna come in the comments and say you hear disparaging remarks and he's being torn down, this would be the great opportunity for you to come up as a man and say what you feel we're saying that's wrong, or that we should or should not expect.
I mean, Gil can get jokes like he gives to Myrla, so
that's right. Period. He does that every episode.
And girl, when he goes say, okay, let's guess, what do you think the context of? Let me download this picture. The context of him saying, A1, Alyssa said mute your phone. It's doing a lot of thingy. What do you guys think the context of for him to say, you think you look down, and Myrla's just looking at him like, you're crazy. You think, let me put it up. I have a screenshot for everything. I have a screenshot for everything. When he said, where is it? Go back over. I need to find another thing other than StreamYard. StreamYard is getting on my nerves bad. And
I do hear a lot of static on this end.
Okay. Okay, wait, no, this is messaging me. What do you guys think the context of this is? You kind of people that aren't where you at. What do you guys think? I can't wait to see what the context for that is.
I can't even imagine, because to even see what he's saying, doesn't he do that to her?
Right. Like I just cannot. This kind. Okay, here it is. Gil. Thank you, Alyssa. And people still fight me. He's not cheap. His friend said Gil is extremely cheap. No, I'm all for being conservative and or spending. Okay, I'm like Myrla. I'm gonna make sure I have everything I need and everything I'm supposed to have. Okay. But I just cannot imagine, and I don't understand why the experts haven't checked him on his negativity towards Myrla. You know, and that's another thing. Nobody is talking about how negative he is towards Myrla and the name calling. I just don't understand.
And that's because they keep painting her as the person that's not willing to compromise, but they're not focusing on what he's asking her to compromise on.
Mm-hmm.
And she's compromised on some things, so I can't even see how they would think she's not.
And another
inflexible.
thing, he should be ashamed. I think if you are a man and you're asking a woman to come down from where she's worked to get herself to be with you, I think you're shameful. Shameful.
Janice, Kojo said he can come up for a bit. He put that in the comments.
I thought I dropped the link. Okay, wait a minute.
He said it's the language for him. It's probably a little too harsh.
Okay.
Need to soften it up.
Let me take this picture down. I need explanations. Okay. Okay. Do you guys see the link? Because I'm still up here in the comments.
Yeah, it's there.
Natalie, we're not putting anyone down due to finances. Please buy the naked wife and pay attention, understand, and not respond. Thank you.
Because he's saying it's the language. I don't. Maybe what we shouldn't call him a Dusty. But
Oh, he's a Dusty from day one. I called him.
I agree. I didn't call him that.
It's Dusty from day one. And Dusty is not about finances. Remember, it's not about finances. It's about mentality.
This is gonna be good though, because I love the way that you and Kojo break things down.
Almost definitely.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. B Candy, Felicia can start Gil can start a YouTube channel. He will have a lot of bum followers. Trust me, all these Dusty supporters. Did y'all see the link?
Yep, it was there.
Okay. Yes, that's the Black woman's norm, and the church doesn't teach women how to do better. Oh my, don't even
Lord,
talk about the church, Vaughn.
You are so right.
I mean, the church is the worst place. They encourage that woman take care of man. You know, he needs help, and they use that helpmate is a lie, y'all. That is not what a helpmate is. Oh, he's a helpmate, and I don't understand how it makes sense that I'll help myself and put myself through school and worked hard and got a job and establish myself with a child by myself. But you was just sitting here for 30, 40 years doing nothing, and now I'm supposed to help you to do what? No. Felicia. Okay, why am I not seeing Natalie? Maybe I'm behind in the comments again, as usual. Early in the conversation, they clarified that as a millionaire, he would still be a Dusty. It's not about money; it's about mentality.
Yep.
Ryan, Gil, Johnny, and Zach all whacked out. Thank you, Marie. They tear down the very men they want protect them. Men that want to protect women, we don't have to go through this. We don't. It just comes. That's who they are. Okay. How old was your husband? Gil is approaching 40 and has no life plan for the kids he wants. 8 kids. Don't forget 8. Who has 8 kids in this day and time? I'm married to the same man for 18 years. I can write my own. You should write a book, Natalie. Okay, that's Natalie. You should. I encourage every woman to write a book. November is NaNoWriMo. You can write a book, NaNoWriMo. We don't want dusters. They can't protect us or themselves. Sure can. Gil's plan is to move the mother in. Move the mother in. Oh, Lord.
I can see that.
I can see it too.
You think so? He trying to move his mother in? Huh?
I think he would. As soon as he got Myrla right where he wants her.
For you. That's correct, because my mother is insistent.
Gil plans to run this whole thing on Myrla about, my mother needs this. I can see it now. My mother needs this, and we just need to send her a couple of extra $1,000 few $1,000s, and it be coming on MYRLA'S tab, by the way.
One less pair of shoes, MYRLA. No more Prada.
Right, Starlight. Men of other cultures know to take on a wife if they cannot afford. I know. I love the African, the brothers and sisters that came straight here from the motherland. Oh my God.
I say that all the time. That's why I have a hard time believing in American Black men, because culturally it's just different.
And it may just sometimes just what they observe or what they've seen. Some just never seen a man act in such a manner.
Where's Kojo? Is he coming up? Or yours is tearing down?
See how far a while ago. Yeah, he put that a while ago.
See how far I'm behind in the comments. Come on up. You gotta tell Coach I go to bed early, honey. You see my eyes, it's nap time.
Right. Is he still here? I don't even see him in the
It's bedtime. I already gave the baby a bath. I'm ready. Oh, here. Okay. Hello. Can you hear us? Okay, good.
Hello, ladies. You're right. 2 seconds. I'm gonna put my headphones in so I don't disturb your space.
Hey, welcome.
Welcome. Thank you for stopping in. Talk to us.
Thank you. I appreciate you, Janice. How you doing?
Good. How are you?
No worries at all. No worries at all. I appreciate the call up.
We want to hear what you have to say. We're listening.
I think his mic might be behind.
Sorry, I had a video. I've turned off now. No, ladies. Thank you so much again, Shani D, A1, and Janice. I really do appreciate the opportunity to speak with you. I think for myself, just listen, I actually agree with probably 85-90% of what you ladies are saying, because I definitely want to be able to meet you on that plane where I do believe financially, I think you want to be on a plane where you are able to speak the same language. And I do agree with the fact that I don't think Gil speaks the same language as Myrla. I think we've said on our channel several times that I'm not a big fan of him trying to police the expenses in terms of her disposable income, right? If we set a good budget and we know we're trying to hit a certain target, a certain goal, regardless of who's paying more, who's paying less, if we've set a budget and she has a good disposable income that she can work with, I don't understand why I would be needing to jump onto your disposable income and saying reduce that even more. That speaks to me about not necessarily being financially aware, but I think it speaks more to me about financial leadership, because when you're dealing with people, you deal with what you have as resources. And if you sat down and actually developed a budget for you to, like he said 6 years. I was like, okay, so if you say in 6 years, okay, cool. I mean, if you're saying 6 years, cool. But then I'm sure you've worked into that budget that she likes to spend. Because you have to understand that some people are security, some people are freedom. So when she spends, that's freedom for her. When you don't spend and you save, that's security for you. But what you can't do is completely remove the spending aspect for her, because you will absolutely remove her voice and you remove her comfortability in a relationship. And eventually she's going to resent you. Right? Because that's what she needs to do. She needs to be able to spend to feel free a little bit. And I think that's where he's also lacking. So I'm with you. I think as well that, and maybe I haven't admitted this on my channel until now, I forgot this also, which is that at his age, which we have to take into account, at his age, stability. Me personally, it's not how much he's making, but it's the stability, because he's just changed jobs and he's on a show for marriage. For me, that's a bit you know what I mean? Right? Because unless you had an amazing job beforehand and you've got money saved up, you've got money working for you, you've got money there, then I can understand then that you've changed your job and it's a bit unstable just for the last few months or whatever. But I must concede, just by listening to you ladies as well, I'll be honest with you, as I was listening, I was like, okay, I'm taking some of what you lot are saying. Yes, at his age, you coming on a show and then being unstable, it seems, at this point financially, yeah, that would be a problem at this age. Because of his age rack, he's what's he, around about almost 40 mark, right? So I can concede that as well and say, yeah, at this age, we don't want to be having those kind of conversations.
Right.
So I'm agreeing with you on that as well. And yes, I believe also too he can be negative in aspects. I did offer a theory as to why, and I said I think part of it is, I think our sister said it on the panel last time, which is that part of it is how do you call it, machoism or whatever they call it, kind of like how they deal, like they want to feel like a man. So it's like it's not necessarily misogynistic,
Macho,
but yeah, do you want to feel like machoism? And so it's the way that he communicates sometimes with Myrla. I don't agree with it. I've already said this. I don't like the fact he called her a brat the other day. I don't like the fact he calls her a princess, because a princess, depending on tone, is very important. And I don't feel the tone that he uses when he says princess is one of "you're my princess." It's like no, it's like princess, as if you're being spoiled. Right. And you can say that. I think if you're having a conversation, you said it once, and you said, "Listen, I think you're being spoiled." Like let's deal with that. That makes sense. But the constant depreciation in the comments, what he says, I said if he continues that could be seen as becoming verbally abusive, because it's like you're always tearing the person down, and we have not seen that from Myrla. I agree to that. I haven't seen Myrla do that to him. I haven't heard Myrla say anything of the negative sort to him in conversation. So I concede those particular parts. My only issue was today was, obviously, I feel like what happens sometimes in the conversation is sometimes, and again, certain titles or certain names or certain groupings can cause separation. So for instance, I know the ladies love this word dusty. I know they love it.
Oh, yes.
I know they love the word dusty. I know you love the word dusty, ladies. And I think if we want a conducive environment to be able to really explain how GILL should be operating, I feel like the name that I call it name calling in that sense. When you throw that, oh, he's dusty, and it's like when you do that, automatically what you do is that the other side don't want to listen to you. So men won't listen to you, and I think you're making great points. I genuinely actually think you guys, you ladies, I shouldn't say guys, you ladies are making great points, but the language can stop that. And the example I always give is that sometimes Kevin Samuel says some real stuff. I'll be honest with you, he does. But the language, the delivery, the tone is to hurt you. And I feel sometimes when we use certain wording, that was my only issue, because I actually agreed with a lot of what you ladies said. You know what I mean? So this is my position. Just in that particular aspect, I actually agree with a lot of what you ladies have actually said. So just wanted to offer that perspective in difference there.
Well, we love the men's perspective over here. So thank you for coming up and sharing. So I'm glad that you are agreeing with a lot of what we're saying, because I needed to hear a man's perspective. I haven't spoken to one guy about this that they agree with him.
I agree with what Kojo said. By the way, Kojo, I do love your channel. I've always wanted to jump on one of your panels, but every time I catch your lives, I'm just not ready. But I do like the way that you are logical about it. Now, as far as like the dusty thing, like I've never called a man dusty, regardless if I agreed with him or not. But I agreed with Janice when she called him a dusty. I just think that's kind of like her brand. Like you brought up Kevin Samuels. Kevin Samuels' brand is, what's the word? Just like blunt, straight to the point, rude, or whatever you want to say. So I do think that that's part of her branding, and that the ultimate message is how he constantly responds to women. It's not just Myrla. I'm pretty sure he didn't just get on Married at First Sight and just decided to be this way. He's been this way. Hence why he's single. Now Myrla, she has her own things that she, the case may be, but again, what I don't agree with is him constantly trying to pull her down to his level of understanding. Just like I said earlier, if she's been eating filet mignon years before meeting you, you can't expect yourself to serve her a hamburger patty and put A1 sauce on it and force her to like it. And then you're upset when she says, I really don't care for this. I'm used to such and such, and you still find a way to like berate her for that. That's what my issue is with people like Gil. So that's why I can appreciate that Janice made it clear that the quote unquote dusty mentality is not based solely on income.
And don't forget my book, 23 Types of Guys.
Mindset.
Yeah, I love that. It's dusty behaviors, and I think in women dating, it's so important for me to women to date better and choose better men, and we need to be able to identify men. You know, I think it's so important. Like I've never called Jose cheap. I don't think Jose's cheap. Even though he's very conservative with his money, but I don't think he's cheap. But I think Gil is cheap. You know what I mean? But I love what you said about, I'm gonna have to borrow that, his Gil's stability. At almost 40, stability. And to me, if you just changed jobs, were you there 10 years? You know, has it been consistent income? And if you just change job, you know, you should already have some money saved up or something. And he's just not stable.
And that was a great point that he made about stability. I never even thought of the fact that Myrla might fear that, because she does bring up that, you know, her upbringing is what drives her. So she's afraid of ever going back to the poorhouse. And yeah, she won't go back to the poorhouse, granted. But with this husband of hers, like you said, that offers no stability and then is trying to force her to strip her of some of her luxuries. That's almost like somebody, you know, like imagine how she felt as a child. That's like taking her back there mentally. Like somebody is telling her she can't have something.
And when she tried to tell him why she is where she grew up in.
Wait, we can't hear you breaking up. Adjust your phone.
It's still breaking up.
Now, Kojo, what do you think? What do you think the answer should be about this down payment for the house and the money? What do you think that should be?
You don't want an honest answer?
Yes, we do.
Of course, we do honesty over here.
Lay it out.
Okay, I mean, since you know, I think Myrla has every right to want to vacate this process based on financials. I actually do believe she has that right, because like I said, we see things differently financially. You move in different ways. But if you're going to continue, I said this before, you know, there are two horses pulling a cart. Sometimes one horse will pull more. And unfortunately, Myrla, I don't want to say unfortunately, this is the dynamics of the relationship at the moment. She earns potentially considerably more than he does. Right? And so the down payment of this house, if they want this down payment of the house to be the exact house that she wants, and she wants it between a specific time frame, then she will have to look at contributing more. Now, if it's done on his time frame, then he has to look at the fact that he has to now work towards and actually grow financially. But if it's done in her time frame, she wants it now, knowing that he hasn't got the financials to do it, and she's willing to move forward in the relationship, then she has to contribute more, because there's no money coming from nowhere. He's not going to get out of thin air. Do you see what I'm saying? So if that's what she wants it, and she wants it now, she wants it this particular way and wants this particular finances, due to the fact that he's financially not in the same level as her, she would have to end up contributing towards more. Now, is that fair? I mean, we can debate that another time, but that's what I would see as them moving forward. The interesting point, as I think, which was being made, is that I do agree that Myrla is afraid of going back to the dark ages in terms of finances from her youth. The same thing actually happens to men too. Gil is in fear mode because what you're asking him to do is to stretch astronomically. You're asking a man to change his income from, let's say we're not sure how much he makes, but let's say he makes 40K, right? And I'm very much aware that Atlanta also, when I researched it, they're not on the top 10 when it comes to paying firemen. I think it's one of us that said it. Chicago is one of the top. And all, I think California. Yeah, California. So yeah, relocation may be an option for him. But I think for men too, when we're being asked to stretch at such a quick pace, there's also a fear there as well. So unless you've already made that kind of money before, you're asking someone to envision, first of all, and then also then to bring it to life. And if you've never done it before, there's an aspect of you as a male that, can I do it in the time frame that you're asking me to do it in?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And that's also a fear. So I think that's why also he's refusing to, let's say, get a second job per se, but then going and saying, listen, you should reduce your income, right? Because if we're talking business principles, it's always easier to cut your losses or cut down your losses than it is to just to increase your revenue. It's not as easy to increase your revenue. So I think for a man, and I'm talking about this scenario, I would never want to see these two put together in real life. Like, I would never put these two in real life, because the trajectory and the speed that he's going at, she's not at that level. Listen, I'll be very honest with you, ladies. If you ever heard me speak before, I said I was talking to a girl one time. She said she was set to make 500K in 5 years. And I said to myself, I don't know if I'm going to make 500K in 5 years, so let's not go there. Just because I don't want that conversation in 5 years' time, and I'm not at your level that you need me to be in, it becomes resentful.
Yes.
I don't want that to be the situation. And I think every man should be cutting their cloth or cutting their coat of clothes into size. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't stretch yourself beyond a means that you can't provide.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And I agree with you, ladies, in the sense of the fact that as well, that, you know, we are going to lose you for months on end. You know what I mean? And that means that he's going to have to take on some of the financial burdens. At that point, can he afford to take on those financial burdens? Not if he's living on MYRLA'S size. He cannot. So in that case, she has to downsize if she wants to make it work, or they have to quit. Because he's not going to get there.
They need to quit. Alyssa want to know, what did you think of Pastor Cal? So what happened was, when they were matching Myrla and Gil, Dr. Viviana said, now he makes a lot less than Myrla. Dr. Pepper says marriage is not a smorgasbord, which I disagree. Pastor Cal says what you lack in finances, you make up in nobility. What is your thoughts on that? Because my husband paid these bills, and I know I get the alert. It's a check. It's money taken out of the account. There's no time they say, oh, Miss Thompson, your husband is such a noble man. You don't have to pay the mortgage. You know, here in New Jersey, they don't cut your heat off in the winter. But trust me, honey, May 16 at 12:01 a.m. PSCG will be outside your door. Okay. So Alyssa want to know, what did you think about Pastor Cal saying, what you lack in finances, you make up in nobility? Kojo.
I don't know if he heard you.
Can you hear us?
Oh yeah, I can hear you. Oh, was that for me?
Yeah, Kojo.
What do I think about that? What Pascal said? In terms of what Pascal said, I mean, again, I think the word nobility maybe is another word that I wouldn't use. I would say integrity. You know, integrity, because you know, that's all you could. Any woman, if I say so as an advice, any woman, you can only bank on his integrity. If he's integral from the beginning, he more than likely he's going to be integral to the end. If he's never been integral, you can't bank on that. You know what I'm saying, right? He's probably not going to be that way at the end. So I think I hear what Pastor Kyle is saying. I personally don't like it, like I said, because, like I said, I think the match is off anyway, and they had the choice they're the ones that made this choice. So but since we're here, I think all that Myrla can really ask for from Gil, if Gil can't make financially the same level she makes, then he has to compromise on other areas, right? Because if she's pulling in that amount of money, you're gonna have to start filling in other areas. That means you. I always say this is what I think they should be doing this anyway. I think you need to be helping around the house, making sure that we are doing
I don't think he's
chores,
the type of man that will do that.
You don't think?
I don't think he's the type.
No, he doesn't seem like the type.
He's got to do that though, to lighten the load, because she's earning a majority of the finances. So he has to, as if we're talking about a good team, you have to be able to fill in the spaces. And the weak area for him is he doesn't make the financial gap. Fine, you know, but you can still do the other things around the house. You can also as well make sure you're supporting her emotionally. You're encouraging her to go. And this is where you may have to sit in a B role and be like, listen, I'm gonna support you and root for you. If you want to be a career woman, keep going, baby. I got your back, right? And you have to play a support role, right? And not try. I think what's happened with Gil is that he's trying to attain some power in a relationship because, again, men are often judged by the value of their finances. So, but he has to fill in. That's essentially what he has to do. He has to fill in. And if she says she wants a maid, big man. Unless you're going to be the maid, you can't really say anything. If she wants a cook, I can't say anything because I don't earn the majority of the financial income. So if you want to cook, fine. Unless I'm going to cook myself. You see what I'm saying? Like you can't fight her on cooks, maids, walking dogs, unless you are going to do it because you don't earn enough to make to be able to say that you're denying her of those things that are going to make the life easier. Shoot, if that was me, I'll be saying, baby, get a maid, get the cook, get the nurse, get the babysitter, get all that.
The girl that you met that said she was set to make 500,000 in 5 years. My question is, so did you decide no thank you, or was it like
I decided
a mutual thing? Because you do know that there are always exceptions to a rule. So like for you would never be considered a dusty because one, you bring the wisdom, you bring the work ethic, you've proven that you know how to sustain. So, and then I don't hear you like belittling anybody for the you take a non-emotional approach. You stay objective when it comes to just situations. So my thing is she wouldn't view you in the same way as she would view Gil, that particular woman. You would be the
right, and there's ambition on top of that.
But I think I definitely understand what you're saying is, and this is why I'm going to do a video on this. I think men should date the woman they can afford. I know we're living in this new mentality thing, but I'm telling you, somebody mute your mic, is a lot of static. I think it's innate for us to be provided for and protected. No matter how much money we make, no matter if we're making twice what he make, we still want to feel protected and provided for by the man we're laying next to. I think it's innate. And I think a lot of women agree, oh, we can do this, but 3 months, I'll give them 3 months. 3 months, not that picture, this one. And you end up becoming the naked wife. Because you start, I see it all the time. Wives become resentful and they're like, well, he's not making the money. And I'm like, but you knew that when you marry him. And I feel like, well, you knew, ladies, when you know what you know going in, I think it's unfair to then change your mind. Like, let's say you agreed to do 50-50. I think if that's what you want to do, it's up to you. You agree that we're going to get married. You're going to do 50-50. Then you get married. In 6 months, you start complaining. Well, I don't think we should do 50-50. I think I need you to be the total provider. And that's not fair to him. So for me, I think it's important for men. And I think men should date the woman they can afford. Don't date. I appreciate you saying that, Koja, because you know that, she's going to put pressure on you to earn $500,000. And you might not be in that field.
I saw it was anything can happen within 5 years. That's the way I was thinking, because it just depends on the type of man that, you have. Somebody like Gil, I don't project him making that within 20 years. But, they are two different men. That's why I said that, because somebody in the comments saying, no, Kojo was right. A woman don't want to pay for everything. Yeah, I don't think he said that he would have to pay for it. I mean, that she would have to pay for everything. He was just going off of what she projected for her future. My thing is, he could be making 500,000 in 2 years. But we don't know. He's a believer. You got to look at that too. So the question then becomes, do you see that in your future? Right. That's what I'm saying. Like, that's why I said, if you're a teacher,
so, but Gil see it in his future.
If you're a teacher, Gil don't see it in his future.
But I'm just saying, we're talking about two different mentalities.
But he's comfortable where he is, and that's all he cares about. For the most part, it seems like he's good right now. This is good. We got enough.
Kojo, MSM, and
you want all this excess. We don't necessarily need it.
Can you elaborate on being resentful? Why would you be resentful? As in, why would a man be resentful?
I think men will become resentful because, like I said, they're being stretched before their time. Men have a level of privilege being born as men, and we don't get told what to do. So having a woman who, and this is part of privilege, you consider someone to be inferior. This is real truth. When a woman starts telling you what to do, you're gonna start feeling some type of way because you don't have no power, right? She now is telling you what to do because she has some level of power in a relationship.
Exactly.
So you start to feel resentful, right? This is why we're having this conversation about finances, because money seems to be that equalizing, or at least that power in the relationship to be able to have freedom and to move according to how you want to move. And so men will start to feel resentful. This is why I say all the time as well to ladies as well. So listen, you never choose a project of a man, because he will turn into Frankenstein. You know, he will turn into Frankenstein and he will end up killing you as a creator.
My friend
Because
told me that.
yeah, it sounds good when you do it at first, but you have to understand that the man will always think you built me, and therefore I can't actually have no pride in what I've done. So, you know, we don't want to ever, I don't want to ever advocate for any woman to build a man. But yeah, that's why men oftentimes will be resentful. And for myself, when I said about the 500K situation, can I be honest? I said it's not even just I couldn't necessarily see 500K. I'll be honest, I couldn't see 500K in 5 years. Do you see what I'm saying? I couldn't see it. If I could and I could see it, I would have told her not a problem. But I couldn't see it. So if
that's
I can't
where I need clarity, right? Because I'm like, well, if y'all are around the same level now, she's just telling you her projection. So I mean, I don't know. Maybe that's why you shouldn't really discuss that. I don't know. It just, to me, I just got confused, because if you guys met now, you're basically equivalent now. She's just telling you what she projects. That doesn't mean that she'll even get the 500,000 in 5 years, and that doesn't mean that you won't. So I was just wondering, did you prematurely like terminate that relationship?
No, because what the woman is saying is that she can see it.
Okay.
And if you can see it, you can do it. I couldn't see it, so I can't do it. Now, am I in a different space now? Yes. But at the time when I was saying it to her, I couldn't see 500K coming. Right. You know what I mean? So what I was doing was like, okay, no, I'm not going to slow your speed. Okay. I'll give you an example. When I was 18, I met a young lady, and this girl was smart, right? And I could see her potential where she was going, right? This girl now is in the government, and she does this, that. And when I was talking to her, I was like, do I see myself going there? Right. And I always say this, as men, you can't, it's not every woman you have to jump on. Because what you're going to do, you're going to destroy people's destiny. And if you can't run at the same speed as that person, this is like, it's like running 100 meters. Not everybody gets to the final. Most people are only heat runners. If you're a heat runner, you can't be running with somebody who's a final runner all the time. You don't run the same, you don't run the same numbers consistently. And so sometimes what I'm saying is that for us as men, I'm saying that, listen, I think that as men, you have to be realistic in terms of what you can envisage, because what you envision is what you're going to produce. You can't produce outside of what you don't envisage for yourself. You know what I mean? Like, even God works in that same principle where he'll give you a vision, right? And you work with the resources to make that vision come to pass. But if you couldn't see it, you're not going to accomplish it. You know? So that was the reason why when she said what she said, I said, I appreciate that. Do you know what? I don't see that, but you see that. Fantastic. It means the capacity you feel you have for you is different to mine. So let me step back, and there'll be another man that potentially will come at that level that can see exactly what you're saying and work with you, but it won't be me.
And that's good. I appreciate that. And I think that's what men need to do. You know what I mean? I think that's what men need to be. Alyssa has another question. She said, what can Gil add to Myrla? Koja. She said, ask Koja, what can Gil add to Myrla?
I won't touch that.
No, yeah, we could touch it after he touched it.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, like I said, I think if we've got a scenario where roles are slightly reversed, where the woman is making more money, the thing that he can add is emotional stability, making sure he's a rock for her emotionally, making sure that whenever she's got something that's going on, she can confide in him. She can trust that, listen, whenever things are going wrong, she can, speak her heart into him. Do you know what I mean? It's 2, the house and stuff, right? Making sure that, listen, that house, if unless they're gonna have a maid or whatever, he's got to make sure that maybe, you know what, I got to fill in these areas. I don't have to make her life any more stressful because she's taking off a lot of the pressure by earning a lot of money. Also, as well, potentially as well, when we're talking about situation, if she earns more, you're probably gonna have to move wherever she wants to move. You can't now fight her because you don't make them more money. So because it's such a large gap, you're gonna have to concede and be like, okay, we're going to Windy City. Oh, well, let's go. I can't argue with you. I'm ready to go, because that is what we talk about with, even when we're dealing with men and women. We talk about, obviously, if the man's gonna make that much money, you're potentially gonna have to submit and go where he's going because he's the one that makes the money. The same thing happens here. You're gonna have to concede and go. Just be supportive. That's what Gil can offer to her. Now, if he can't do that and he's gonna fight her along the way, I'll be honest with you, this is not going to work.
I don't think he can do it.
Because Myrla is like this. She's strong. So she ain't going to concede nothing. So he's going to have to concede, or he's going to have to make more money.
I don't think he can do that. I don't. And that's another problem I have with him. If Gil hasn't called her all those names and pick at her finances and stuff, I wouldn't have said none of the stuff I've said. But because of what he's doing and what he's saying, no. Okay, Myrla, she said, ask you about other couples too. What do you think about the other couples?
Jealous some of you, jealous some of you. I'm not a big fan of most of these couples,
I don't like none of them.
I'm not a fan of most of these couples, Janice. I don't really like Rachel and Jose. I don't like them because of what he did. And I think like her staying is gonna cause her issues. I always say this as well. Whenever Rachel now is entering into the toxicity that I'm talking about. Like, she's starting to do things right to try almost like to level the playing field. And I'm like, darling, please don't enter the space, because his level of petty or his level of abuse is scary. You know what I mean? You can get hurt in the process. So I don't like Rachel and Jose, to be honest. I think his anger when he flips is too much. I think there should be levels. It's too much. Yeah. And now we've got Rachel now doing Summer Rachel, and then going to X's house.
Summer Rachel, what is that all about? I just don't understand. What is it, 35? Come on. If you was 21, I would be like, well, but at 30, Rachel, Summer Rachel? I don't understand.
I'm not with it at all. So I'm with you on that one, Janice. Obviously Michaela and Zach, throw them out the window. And there's no point wasting time there. Brett and Ryan, to be honest, I mean, these are two passive people I've ever seen in my whole entire life. Two passive people. My God,
I never thought about it like that.
Both of them are passive. You know what I mean? Like Ryan has done the worst part, right? By now going on to dating sites. He knew what he was doing. But Brett is so passive. She never seems to take the proactive step and be like, listen, she needs to vacate the situation. It's like, I'm done. I'm in. Well, I can still film, but I'm done. Like, or when he wasn't giving her the feels, she didn't want to have the conversation. I'm like, baby, you're going to sit here and just be waiting for old boy to come and tell you, listen, he's telling you through his behavior.
Right.
Pascal told you, ask him a question. She didn't ask him. She's very passive. Very, very passive. So, I think before she gets into her next relationship, that's something she can work on. Just work on being less passive and be a bit more active. You know what I mean? She's not a bad girl. I don't think she's a bad girl at all. You know what I mean? Right. Ryan, do you know what Ryan is? Again, he's not evil. He's not necessarily bad, but it's just, I don't know what it is, bro.
I like Ryan.
He's annoying for me. Because I don't know what does he want? Does he want a blonde bombshell? What do you want?
He don't want Brett. He doesn't want Brett. I know that. That's
the thing. He doesn't want Brett.
He doesn't. This is who Ryan wants. Ryan wants.
Kate. Oh my God, that season, Janice. That season. Whew.
He wants Kate, soft, pretty, docile, very fragile, and soft-spoken, and feminine, and ladylike. That's what she wants. That's what he wants. He does not want the redhead. Okay. He
has made that abundantly clear. He don't want the redhead.
He don't want
redhead. I mean, Brett's a beautiful girl.
Beautiful.
Very, very beautiful girl.
Absolutely beautiful. And I love her red hair. I know a lot of people don't love the red.
I love her
red
hair.
It. I love the red hair.
Just not working for him.
It's just not. He's just not attracted to her. And I just feel like, it's like the guys understand this, but for some reason, the ladies do not understand, and they just don't understand why he don't like her. But he just doesn't. He just doesn't like her. We lost everybody, maybe. He just doesn't like her.
I'm not a big fan. Listen, I think Brett's amazing, but the mess The mess.
Oh my Lord! Oh my God, Brett! You knew cameras were gonna be
there. Honeymoon and back at the yard. Oh, girl.
Well, like Ryan said, the honeymoon I could understand because when we go away,
it can get messy like that. Yeah, you're not in a natural habitat.
I have to be staying at least a week to put stuff in the drawer. But if it's just a couple of days, I live out the suitcase.
Yeah.
But I just can't with.
She wasn't living out the suitcase, Janice, though. She wasn't living out the suitcase. The suitcase had erupted. She was
living off the floor.
It was a volcanic eruption.
She was living off the floor. And so I say he's on Tinder. I don't understand how he hasn't enabled the app, but he's matched with somebody. I just don't understand that.
So because I couldn't get the full episode. Did he match with her friend?
Yes, her friend.
So to match somebody on, because I've never used Tinder. So to match somebody, do they have to also say yes?
Yes.
Hold on, that friend is
at
tasty.
the job today. I asked the girl. She said, Janice, in order for you to be matched, you have to say yes. I have to say yes. So I don't understand what Ryan is saying because the girls that's on the dating app say you both, in order for you to get matched, say you're matched, you both have to agree. So I don't understand Ryan.
Why you always lying? Ryan, it's okay, bro. Just admit that.
Tell us, Ryan.
Wow. Ryan so wait, her friend, so that means her friend also is a bit tasty because how's she agreeing?
Now that's a question.
Everybody needs to watch out for her friends like Bao does.
That's a good question. I never thought about this. This is why you have to talk to other people. Because if you know that's my husband, and why are you matching with my husband? Can somebody come on? Some of you ladies that's doing the dating apps, come on and tell us. So this season, the friends are just shady.
Hella shady.
Now, friend Sarah, she's just the shadiest of them all. And now, Brett, that's a good message. That's a good word.
Paul Bow as well, man, with Johnny, man.
Brianna, hey, Brianna said, I know he doesn't want to talk about Zach and Michaela, but I'd love to see the discussion between the two. Well, my thing is, I think, you know how, where are you in the UK?
Yeah.
Okay, so over here in the United States, we say something like, oh my God, you're so crazy. That's not what Michaela is. To me, it's beyond that. And when it's beyond that, for me, it's medical and I don't touch it. I just think that she needs to go see somebody because it's not just, oh my God, you're so crazy. It's
good therapy.
You're walking through tables.
Yeah. Walking and jumping at the same time. She moving like a character in the game. She tossed it over and jumped at the same time. That girl was Vex.
How do you feel about it?
To be honest, you know what? I think we've had a bit of an extensive conversation on our channel. For me, Michaela's abusive. You know, in her behaviors. And last night was a summation of some of the great work that she's been putting in for the last few weeks because she showed every hand. You know, she put her best Oscar performance on. I'm telling you, Dr. Pepper, you know, usually is on point, but even I think she even got sucked in a little bit by, you know, her acting. You know, that comment there alone should tell you
I was done. I was done.
He has no evidence of me. That sounds like, you know, when you catch certain men cheating, they'll be like, listen, you didn't catch me cheating. You know what I'm saying? What you saw, okay, was me in the bed and this girl, but we never did. It's like, well, there is evidence. Okay. You know, that's scary. You know, that's the gaslighting almost in that sense. You know what I mean? So yeah, I'm not Michaela's biggest fan. I want her to get therapy. She needs to get extensive therapy. You know what I mean? Extensive therapy. And then we got Zach, and I said already this. I saw us men were talking about on from episode 1. I didn't like the amount of crying that he was doing. Listen, I'm all for having joy.
Yes.
I'm all for you know, being emotional about, but he wasn't having emotion from just joy. He was having emotion from the fact that he was dreaming about this thing that he wanted to do and crying about it. And that for me was really a signal that potentially he might not be emotionally stable. You know, I'm not trying to say that men can't express emotions. You can, but you need a time and you need a season. You can't be expressing it, crying all the time. To cry, your eyes are going to be watered with. You're going to have salt water in your eyes. You can't even see. You know that it takes energy to cry. My friend, please. Crying is not a crying is a sport, so, and it's an extreme one at that. So you can't just be crying anyhow. So for me, at the beginning, I was like, nah, I know that Zach's not going to be able to handle Michaela because she called herself Hurricane, so he can't handle her. But the part where I said that he needed smoke was that in episode 7 or 8, she said she's possessive, and he said, I like that. I said, you like toxicity. You are like Paige from last season. You're gonna get abused, and you still have been abused. But we have to be honest. Why are you there? You're there because you don't realize you like toxicity,
right?
And that's why I don't rocks with Zach. That part of him needs to be sorted ASAP Rocky, because otherwise he'll potentially will end up with another woman who he can choose that will do the exact same thing as Michaela. He's gonna have a breakdown if he does.
And I think she's been physical with him because he is scared of her.
Yeah, he
is. Did you see when he was sitting at the table like he was scared she was gonna hit him? I think he's been physical with her. I mean, she's been physical, and Zach's a freak. You reading it wrong.
Hey, listen. I think there was an article I read the other day. Apparently, apparently it's true. I can tell as a man. Listen, the best sex oftentimes with the crazy girl. So I can't. Yeah, I can agree.
No, we was having a live, and the Saints just come popping. The Saints come marching in. Auntie was over here for a minute. I just had to come on because I was just really disturbed about the whole Gil situation. I just want to understand. I just don't understand why he wants her to. Even with her saying, I already saved. So that's why I came on, because I was like, when she's I already saved, and it's like he's not hearing it.
I agree that part.
He's not hearing it. It's like he doesn't want her to save any money. He don't want her to live at all. He don't want her. And as women, we need stuff. We need our hair, our nails, a new sweater, shoes, or whatever. And he just doesn't seem to want her to have anything. Last one, and then we're gonna go because it's past my sleepy time. What do you think? Did you see the previews for what's coming up next?
No, I haven't been able to. I've not been able to. I couldn't get a link, so I've been watching on YouTube, but they didn't give us the next week preview.
Oh, okay.
What happened? Was anything mad in there?
So basically, they're meeting with friends and family. Zach meets with Gil, which I didn't understand. Michaela meets with her sister. Bao meets with a friend. Johnny meets with some males, and they were talking about, decision day. And so Gil said, Myrla said to her friend that we have drastically different finances, and the way, did she say that? The way he wants her to live is drastically different from what she's, something like that. And then he said that you kind of blank people that aren't where you're at. And so I'm wondering, will it be where she brings up the issue of their financial differences? And is that what he's going to say?
I mean, I gave Myrla praise from, I think, a few episodes back when they actually discussed their finances, because she didn't belittle him. She didn't.
That was a great opportunity for her to do it.
To do that, but she didn't.
You failed me, Myrla. You failed me.
Janice, no.
You failed me, but I understand she's been teaching, and she has to be she has to keep it nice and classy. So yeah. I respect her for that. But.
Yeah, that moment, love that. Yeah, that was a moment. Yeah. And she respected him, and I said that was good that she did the way she did. She covered him. So in that respect, the cover now should be that when he has that cover, he should feel empowered to now have that conversation with us. So listen, what's the vision? What do you want? What do we see? you know, and then we can have that conversation about stretching him. Because a man can feel safe knowing that his woman is, if she provides a safe space in that area, then maybe he can think about stretching. But I would say again, gotta be very careful with that, ladies. If you're entering a relationship like that, I don't want you to be.
Or is it gonna be? She said, "I don't want to change my lifestyle."
I think it's that, you know, she has said all the time she ain't changing.
Yeah, she don't want to change her lifestyle, which I don't think she should. I just don't think. I don't think you should have to. I can't.
Yeah, I agree. She shouldn't. But she also, that's if she wants to make that relationship work, she's gonna have to change. If she doesn't want to make it work, then she should do what Ryan is doing. Stay where you are.
They can't. Cool. They can't work. I'm sorry. I love that what you said. Alyssa said she loves it to cover. Yeah, to cover. That's important. And now it would be nice if he turns around and cover her with.
That's what I'm saying.
Love, but he's not doing that. He's not doing that, and that's my problem. Hold your future collaboration. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you. I don't come on live much because I'm just so busy with my writing, but I'm so glad you stopped by, and thank you because Alyssa was emailing me. Alyssa, because I try to read all my comments because I try to give people a shout out because I don't come on that much. So thank you for hanging out.
I love the name too, man.
Thank you. Alyssa, are you in the comments? Could you drop his link for us, please?
No, I appreciate that so much.
Thank you. Yes, we support each other. I came up in the old days when we would stay on live all day trying to grow channels, you know.
That's real right there.
Oh, this is good. He's right. He is a covering her, and I just don't like it.
I'm with you on that question. I'm with you on that. I concede that.
Picking at her, and people still make excuses for this. How do you make excuses for that? How do you make excuses for that? People are still making excuses for this. I don't like it.
Mercy. What's this? This was like when on the honeymoon.
On the honeymoon.
Oh man.
She was working, she couldn't come down. And so, where he was talking about her
when he was doing loose lips, sink ships, yeah.
Okay, so here's Koja's link. So run on over, subscribe, leave a comment because YouTube delete us if we don't leave a comment. So you could always go back and thanks for stopping by. I really appreciate the love and the support. Thank you.
No, it's blessings, man. It's blessings. And thank you for having a conversation with me. I appreciate it.
Oh, absolutely. I am an open door. I talk to any and everybody because I think we can all learn from each other. I learned a couple of things from
I've learned today as well, man.
With the covering and with and I don't even know how I missed that with his stability. Stability, a man's stability is important for women. We want a man that is stable, and he's not stable.
Yeah, it's actually important for the man too.
It's important.
His confidence comes from that stability.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Poor man's mentality. His jokes are not jokes.
That's true.
I know a lot of people are surprised when everyone said Myrla has saving mouths were open. They thought she was wrong. No. But I don't know how because the brother said
from earlier on the brother was saying that he looks after the finances.
Do I have it? I do not. But the brother said Myrla said what she's supposed to save. Because there's a certain amount you need to be saving to have a retirement based on how you want to live. And so she said, the brother said, well, she saves what she's supposed to save. So I knew she was gonna come correct. I knew she was gonna come correct. I wasn't surprised at all. I knew Myrla was gonna deliver. That's her signing the loan for her house. So I knew Myrla was going to come correct. I wasn't scared she was going to be like broke busted because the brothers.
the brother's on point. That's why when he had a conversation with Gil, he actually mentioned about the fact he looks after the finances. And that's when I said, yep, brother, you're going to be in trouble in this one. It's obvious that, she's got a good
setup. The brother says she does not need a man for money.
Yeah. which is why I'm saying that his energy has to shift, because he has to become that emotional stability. And that's why she's not asking him to cover her lifestyle. She's not asking
That's
him to
why
do that.
she's saying, why should my lifestyle change? But also she said, I asked for someone of comparable income and lifestyle.
True. So we can go and do things. Yeah, she did say that, yeah. They're just both wrong choices for each other.
Gil is his son husband. Oh Lord. See, all right. Thank you guys. I love you. Alyssa, could you drop my backup channel link? Allegedly, Janice. Thank you guys. I love you. Thank you for stopping by, Coach. I think this is our first time we're talking.
Yeah, man.
Right. I really
I see you. I always see you. Don't worry. I always see you. I'm a silent warrior. You know, I watch and I take in information. That's how I learn.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I'm solid. Once in a while, I've commented in your comments before.
I appreciate it, man. It's love for
that. Yeah, so thank you for stopping by. I have NaNoWriMo November, 50,000 word in 30 days. So I said, let me just come on here and just hang out for a minute, because this is it. Don't look for me until
businesswoman.
January, December 1st.
You gotta teach Gil something. All right, I'm gonna take a bow.
We love you. We appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Take care. Bye-bye. Thank you. Thank you guys for hanging out. Allegedly, that's my backup channel. It's shameful that I don't have 1,000 subscribers over there. It's shameful. I'm just saying, just run on over. 200 people in the house. Let's run on over 200 in the house. Did you guys check those thumbs up for me? What are those thumbs up looking like? 224. Oh, that's not bad. Okay, y'all doing better. Okay, I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Thank you. 223, 250. All right. Okay, now we talking. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I was glad Koja was able to stop by. You know, I have an open door policy. Anybody's welcome. Anybody's welcome to come over here. When I'm alive, just come on over. Okay, because I know I don't get to come on so much. And this is me and Auntie's busy season. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you, Alyssa, for everyone that came up and chit-chatted. I love you guys. Since you guys stay with me, should I show you guys like a screenshot of my book, my new book? Should I be nice? Should I be totally nice? Okay. That's just a part of it. Okay, that's a part of it. And that's just a part of the title. But I wanted to show you guys, since you guys stuck with me all evening. And I was like, oh my God, look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Wait, I have to bring that up first. Bam. Can you see it? Can you see it? Can you see it? Can you see it? Investigate it. Look at it. Look at it. Look at it. Look at it. Hold on. Hold on. Let me talk to the baby for a minute. Yes. Yes, Lex. Hold on. Give me 1 second, guys. Yes, Lexi. What about the cookie book, Alyssa? That's coming out. You should probably have that by the middle of next month. Oh, wait, can you hear me? Because it's just sitting on my thing and I need to just send it to the formatter. Okay. Let me show you guys. Let me show you guys my name. Just a part of the name. Okay. And you get to see a little picture. Let's see a little picture. And a little picture. Who's ready for it? 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 Who's ready? Ready for it? Are you ready for it? Are you ready for it? That's my name, Janice. I was trying to figure out how this cover is like 5 years old. I've had this book in my head that I wanted to do for a very long time, and I just haven't gotten around to it. And so, for NaNoWriMo, I have to get it done. I have to get it done. So those are just clips of my book. I'll do a thing on the first announcement. We have to do an announcement. I already did my announcement October 1st on NaNoWriMo's website. So I just have to do a video here. Okay. How many people are you guys subscribed to my? Let me go over Janice Hylton and see how many people came over my channel. 746. Come on, y'all. Let's get this channel to 1,000 subscribers so I could get this channel approved. Thank you, Kojo. We appreciate Kojo for stopping by. Yes, I have an open door policy. Whenever I'm on, just come on up. Unique perspective. Yes, I love to hear what the men has to say. I was go to see Kojo here. Oh, my book links. Yes, I forgot my book links. How many of you have my thank you. That's just a part of it. That's just a clip. That girl, yes, honey. That girl, yes, yeah. Yeah. What about the cookie book coming soon? You should have it soon. I know you will be busy next week. Yes, honey. Yes. NaNoWriMo 50,000 word challenge every November. This will be Janice's first time 50K word book in 30 days. Yeah. I am so ready. Oh my God. I am so ready. Look. I have lots of notes and research and yes, that girl, honey. We're going to talk about, yes, very insightful. We're going to talk about all these ladies and how we present ourselves. Yes, Felicia. Thank you, babes. Thank you. How many of you guys showed me love for my birthday? And how many of you guys picked my books up? And how many of you all went on Amazon and left a review? I need reviews. Okay. How many of you subscribe to my blog? I might be doing a freebie, but only if you are subscribed to my blog. Excuse me. How many of you have a backup to my Janice Hylton, my Study the Bible channel? Study the Bible. Can somebody drop that for me? Study the Bible. Thank you. My Cash App, for those of you who want to still show me love for my birthday. Thank you. And I'm going to add the links to my to this video. I thought I did, but I guess I didn't. Okay. Thank you, babes. Please rewatch the live. Thank you. With the commercials, do not say that I will purchase your book this week. A couple of copies. Thank you, Grace. I appreciate it. Foxy, love you, Foxy. Thank you, babes. Thank you, honey. Thank you. Allegedly Janice and my Study the Bible channel. Oh, I got to get that channel done. I have some more lessons I have to do. They're all over there. I got to get them done next month. Thank you for hanging out. If you guys don't see me, you already know, but I'll definitely try. I know for the first 5 days, I'm going to do a Write With Me video because everybody is trying to do that. I think they're encouraging us to do at least 5 or 7 days. So I think I'm going to do 5 or 7 days of Write With Me. I'll probably record them because by the time I get up at 4 o'clock and I'm writing, you guys are sleeping. So I'll probably record and then I'll upload. Okay. And then you guys can, for those of you who want to write. But that's my Study the Bible channel. I do Bible study over there. I haven't been doing a lot over there, but 2022, I'm really going to focus on growing my Study the Bible channel. I also have a study guide comment that I need to work on. So if you're not subscribed, be sure to subscribe. Don't forget to stop by Kojo, a little black book. Show him some love. Subscribe. Leave him a comment so that the comment can stick. Thank you for all of you hanging out with me tonight. I love you. Make sure you rewatch the live or replay it once it's approved, okay? Are you going to upload here on Allegedly Janice channel or both? Upload what? Oh, on my writing channel. My writing is gonna be over here. Over here. I'm going to try to watch The Bachelorette on my allegedly Janice. The two shows I'm behind. I'm gonna try to catch up, and then I'm going to also try to watch Unfiltered, but I'm not sure if I'm gonna record that or not. Okay, because it takes a long time when I do live, but when I just watch it and talk, it's faster. The Silva channels. The Silva was hanging out with us tonight. Let's show her love. Where's Kimberly? Kimberly, drop your link. Fancy. Thank you, baby. Thank you, baby. Thank you. Subscribe to the Silva. Bye. Thank you. Sandra, I really wanted you to come up. You have such beautiful insights. Sandra cousin, Gil said he couldn't enable Myrla to spend money because he wants her to put all her money into his hands so he can girl. I get the veggies. Okay. the veggies has the frost. Okay, get the veggies. I just cannot. All right. I love you. I'm going to go now. But I'm glad I was able to come on and chit chat and hang out. I'm so glad I did. Auntie stopped by. Kojo stopped by. A lot of you guys stopped by. Little Black Book link is here. Let's show him some love. Leave a comment. All right. I love you. Be sure to rewatch this video, guys. Rewatch this video, okay? It's raining here. I love the rain. Okay, wait a minute. Artistry channel. Let's show her some love and support. Let me go over. Make sure I am. Artistry. Okay, I got you on my allegedly Janice. Dossier scent. Oh my God, from Amazon. I just bought me some perfume the other day. Oh my God. Anybody else that was in the chat that we need to Auntie's advice. Let's go to Auntie's advice. Show her some love. Leave a comment for her. You leave a comment. Watch the video. Let the video run for about 2 or 3 minutes. Leave a comment. Okay? So this way, the channel will tag you or something if you leave a comment. Anybody else link? Kimberly's. Messiah was here. Did Messiah drop her link? I'll make sure I get everybody's also growing channel. Help other channels to grow. Okay, Little Black Book channel. Show him some love. Leave him a comment. Auntie's advice for women. Let's leave. We know you. We love Auntie over here. Leave her. I gotta watch her video tomorrow. Wake up tomorrow, early tomorrow. Go do my blood work, and we'll listen to Auntie's advice. So Auntie has 2 channels. Auntie's advice is one, and the Auntie's advice for women channel. So be sure to show her love on both channels. Okay. A wonderful evening sharing this cousin listen while in the grocery store and Beverly, goody. When I was using the dating apps at times, I would deactivate it, and once I would reopen the app, it gave access for other people to match with you without you going through what? Bedtime. Kimberly reviews. How many people? Where's Kimberly at? Did we get Kimberly yet to her? Kimberly, are you at your 1,000? We said we was going to try to get you there by Thanksgiving, right? Oh, she's almost there. 610. All right. Oh, wait a minute. She's live? Wait. Kimberly is live. Is Kimberly live? OMG. I'm so glad I checked. Wait a minute. Kimberly. Kimberly's on. Let's go over to Kimberly's house. Yes. No, she's gone. Wait a minute. Is she on or not on? Child, I don't know. I can't keep up. Can we all go over to Kimberly? Is our next sister. We want to get her approved. Can we all go over to Kimberly's house? Can we drag Kimberly's link? Oh, there it is. Kimberly's reviews. Can we all go over to Kimberly? And I guess we missed the stream. Just watch her video because we need subscribers and we need watch time. So can we all go over to Kimberly and watch that video she just uploaded? Thank you. Good night, Beverly. Love you, babes. Thank you. Let the ladies speak. I appreciate it. I gotta get together with all you ladies that have channels. One day we have to get together and have you guys come up and help you to grow your channel. Hey, Michelle, hey, late girl, you missed it. You missed it. We going to bed now. Also, you could have swipe right on several people, and then once you deactivate the other person, could swipe right as well. It's too confusing for me, child. It's just too confusing. Swipe left, swipe right, swipe up, swipe down, side. I can't. It's too much. It's just too much. And did y'all hear Facebook is about to change, girl? I just cannot. Let the Ladies Speak podcast. That's her link. Let's show her some love. LB is one of my favorites. Yes, yes. I enjoy Kimberly. Yeah, she's absolutely beautiful. She's great. Raining and windy in Georgia tonight. Foxy, yes, girl. I love the rain. She must have just finished. It's her Ready to Love live. Okay, Ready to Love. Drop a link. Drop a link for our Fancy. You want us to drop your page? Kimberly, can we all go over to Kimberly and watch that video, please?
I am so surprised they sent her home. I won't spoil it just in case someone hasn't watched yet. But I thought they was going to send Tasia home. That was my vote. But I'm just surprised. So I guess to give like a recap.
Okay, so let's go over to
episode. It goes so fast.
Okay, so Kimberly is still on. Let's go over to Kimberly. Somebody drop her link for me again, please. Okay, come on over. Let's go to Kimberly.
Probably didn't see it, but thank you for sending the cousins over.
Let's go over.
Thank you, Alicia B, for stopping by and supporting.
Let's go over to Kimberly.
I appreciate it. Yes, thank you, thank you. It is appreciated. But yeah, so a recap of Ready to Love, who was watching and chatting during the commercial break.
Let's go over to Kimberly.
And it was good tonight.
Kimberly is still on. She's on.
I couldn't believe it. Hey, Fancy, I like that name.
Kimberly's. Let's go to Kimberly.
I'll stay on. I'm gonna give a recap without, revealing too much detail. But it started out with Carrie and Tyrone on their date, and it was a good episode tonight. I'm so glad that I'm getting back into Ready to Love because I hadn't watched it much. Like I would watch an episode here or there, but it is good. Just like with the other shows, Married at First Sight, you really get to see tips and examples of relationship issues
let's go over.
and how to work through them, and just seeing problems through your eyes versus you been in the situation and not able to see it. But yes, I love these shows. But it started out, like I said, with Carrie and Tyrone on their date. And Tyrone said that he kind of felt pressured for whatever reason. Not sure about that one. But y'all know Corey was still up here cutting up. Corey.
Let's go over to Kimberly. Can we all go over to Kimberly? Here's the link, please. Let's go over and show her love, show her support. Stay with her. 4 people still. Come on, y'all. Go over to Kimberly. Come on. Now I'm going to bed. I'm going to go sleep. I'll be up about 4 o'clock in the morning. Come on, y'all. Let's go to Kimberly. Let's go on over. Let's show her some love and some support. So we have the New Jersey branch, South New Jersey Shore Nana Group has write-in. We have write-in sprints on Wednesdays. What time? I can only join one. On Wednesday at what time? South Jersey Shore. Well, I'm not South Jersey Shore, but okay. Are we all over? Oh my God. NaNoWriMo 2021 50K words. NaNoWriMo. Are we all over at Kimberly's? 7 people. Come on, y'all. Come on. Come on. Let's move it. Let's move it. Come on.
My fave since before the show aired. So I'm rooting for Cornelius. Who else was it? Oh yeah, Walter and Moomin went on a date. They just sat outside kind of in like a flower garden. That was cool. And Carrie and Dante went on their date, and it's interesting because you could really tell that Dante was not into her, and I guess it was an awkward situation because Walter and Newman and Carrie and Dante, they were all on like a double date, and then Walter pulled Newman away, so they all exercised, and then he pulled her away, so I guess Carrie and Dante were just left there, but you could clearly see he was not into her at all.
Are we all going over to Kim? Come on, y'all, I need to go to bed. I need to go to bed. The life is done over. Let's go over to Kimberly. Come on. Come on. Okay, I'm going. I'm tired. I'm exhausted. All right, let's go. Let's go to Kimberly. Oh, come on. She only have 7 people. Let's 8. Okay, scroll. Okay, bye, y'all. I love you. Thank you, babes. I love you guys. Good night. Mwah, 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 mwah. Oof, go over to Kimberly. Kimberly. Bye, guys. Love you. Thank you.